Drives the lane, kicks it out to Kennedy Van Vark for three.
There it is.
Yes! Kennedy Van Vark makes it a two-possession game.
There it is. Great driving kick.
Now let's head to the gym for all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.
High school basketball is on the air as we welcome you live to Pella Community High School and a non-conference split doubleheader. Tonight, our opener is the Pella High girls against the Carlisle Wildcats. And in Game 2, the Pella High boys will be taking on the defending Class 1A state champions from Grandview Christian. I'm Trevor Castle. This is the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show at Scooters Coffee in Pella. They've got amazing people making amazing drinks amazingly fast. Pleased to be joined alongside by Phil Hemming for a unique night of non-conference high school basketball. Phil, I've been racking my brain. I can't come up with a doubleheader like this that I've seen. I've heard of such things happening, but usually it's either a JV varsity, same-sex doubleheader, or it's the girls and boys playing against the same team. Tonight we get the Wildcats in the girls' game and the Thunder in the boys' game.
Well, and it's two really exciting matchups. I mean, to be honest, these are the two games I'd probably want to see. And so I'm looking forward to it. Should be a fun night. I coached basketball for 15 years. I don't remember a night like this ever.
We'll talk much more about the boys' game later. Pella coming in at 1-1. Grandview Christian is 3-0. Let's start by talking about the girls' game where the Dutch come in at 3-2. Carlisle, the opponent, is 2-0. Pella coming off of a bit of an uneven performance in Keokuk on Tuesday night. They started slow. Again, didn't maybe play their best basketball, but they just kept gritting it out and found a way to win. In the end, Cameron Long came up with a steal and a bucket late in regulation to force overtime, and then Pella had enough to get the job done. Sometimes it's nights like that where you don't play your best, but you find a way to win. Gives you some confidence moving forward.
Yeah, credit Coach Forsyth, just really loading the front end of their schedule with a lot of great games early, and I've had a chance to watch a few of them, and I think he's just trying to find consistency with this young group. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter this time of year, right? Like, you want to play your best basketball in March. And so he's done a great job of scheduling some really fun non-conference opponents.
Well, let's talk about our McCall Monument Radio Monumental keys to the game. This is a Pella team that turned over a lot of the roster and most of the scoring from a season ago. So to me, one of the keys for this game, but to your point, the early part of this season, the key right now is finding lineups and rotations and little clusters of players that work well together.
Yeah, it's finding the consistency and then cleaning things up, right? Like Coach Forsyth, he knows his team had too many turnovers. He knows there's been some nights where they've had cold shooting. And so he's just throwing different things against the wall right now, seeing what sticks. And that's kind of the fun thing about basketball, is you can continue to do that and grow in the process. And I've seen definite growth with this team.
You can get away with it from time to time. They did on Tuesday night. But another key, you'd like to start maybe a little bit faster, right? Eventually you dig yourself too many holes and you don't have enough shovel to get out of it.
Yeah, and I did catch the Norwalk game, and they got, they had it taken to them in that one.
Yep.
And so you could see that they learned from that, right? Like, they came out against Keokuk and really did play inconsistently, but I thought it was better than what they had played, and Keokuk was a decent team. So, they're not going to be able to do that tonight against Carlisle.
All right, those are our McCall Monument Radio Monumental keys to the game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning your memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan your memorial and trust the family at McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. As we head to break in our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show, our game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is 14 degrees under a mostly cloudy sky, but nice and comfortable, especially high up top in the catbird seat here in Pella High School's gymnasium. If your home isn't staying comfortable, or you don't think it's going to stay comfortable during another cold Iowa winter, make sure to call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, because you'll always rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, Knoxville, Pella, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella.
Let's make it happen.
Let's take a time out inside of our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. We'll be back with more right after this on 92.1 KRLS. Yes.
What's the coolest thing made in Iowa? The Vermeer ZR5 1200 self-propelled baler. More than 225,000 employees work in manufacturing in the state of Iowa, producing nearly $40 billion in annual output. So we're incredibly proud at Vermeer to be the first ever winner of the Coolest Thing Made in Iowa award. We've been manufacturing equipment in Pella for more than 75 years and work hard every day with a spirit of innovation by simply searching for a better way to do hard work. We're Vermeer, equipped to do more.
At Culver's, we believe that the best gifts come with a blue spoon. Hi, I'm Tim Grotenheis with Culver's in Pella, and if you're looking for something special for all the Culver's lovers on your holiday shopping list, we have a great gift card special available for you this year. For every $40 worth of Culver's gift cards you buy, we'll give you an extra $10 voucher to use before the end of February. Happy holidays from our entire team at Culver's in Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
This Christmas season, PellaMotors.com is spreading joy with deals that will light up your year. Right now, get $17,000 off a new Dodge Durango or take home a new Chevy Silverado with $16,000 off. Looking for a GMC? Save $10,000 on a new Sierra. And don't miss $9,000 off a new Ram Bighorn. PellaMotors.com wishes you peace, joy, and incredible savings this Christmas. And drive home with an amazing deal.
Hi, this is Dalton Buck with Hy-Vee. We understand that times are difficult and we want to do our part to help out. That's why we've lowered the prices on thousands of items throughout the store. These are new everyday low prices on thousands of items. And we also still have other ways to save, like our Hy-Vee Perks program and tons of digital coupons online in the Hy-Vee app. It's our mission to make lives easier, healthier, and happier. Stop in today and see our new everyday low prices on thousands of items at Hy-Vee.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
Twas the night before Christmas. Santa looked all around. Not one little reindeer was to be found. He decided Two Rivers Car Troll all go to fill up his car since it was fairly low. He would not disappoint. His timing was right. Thank goodness for Two Rivers. The car troll pumps open all night.
Even Santa loves saving 4 cents off every gallon of gas at Two Rivers Car Troll pumps in Pella and Otley. Use your Two Rivers local card and you'll save 4 cents off every gallon of gas every time you fill up. Happy holidays from Pella's only locally owned gas station, Two Rivers Cooperative.
Welcome back inside of the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show on 92.1 KRLS. Trevor Castle and Phil Hemming getting you set for Pella and Carlisle girls basketball non-conference action tonight here on KRLS. Let's get your starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services. First for the hometown Dutch, who are 3-2 on the season. They are starting Kelsey Tauke, Cameron Long, Katie Shekel, Jenna Oltman, and Maggie Thompson. It's Tauke, Long, Shekel, Oltman, and Thompson. By the way, Phil, I could do without the go completely black when we read the starting lineups bit. For Carlisle, who's 2-0 on the season, Maddie Fisher, Brooke White, Natalie Ramsey, Macy Comito, and Ella Smith. It's Fisher, White, Ramsey, Comito, and Smith for Carlisle. And those are the starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services, a family-based business that treats their customers like family. For any plumbing and HVAC services you need, call Austin at Vanderlinden Services. And your colors of the game, presented by Spain Painting. Pella wearing their home whites, green lettering, green numerals, and the green trim. And for Carlisle, they're wearing their red jerseys with the yellow trim around the white lettering and the white numerals. So it is the white and green of Pella and the red, white, and yellow for Carlisle. Tonight's Colors of the Game presented by Spain Painting. Whether it's interior or exterior paint or a garage epoxy floor, Levi would love to talk to you about a new look for your home or business. Check them out online at spain-painting.com. That's a wrap to the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Teams, at least Carlisle has broken the huddle. Pella one last little words of encouragement from Blaine Forsyth as we get ready for the opening tip, presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. You mentioned it, Coach Forsyth is scheduled up this year. The Dutch have their hands full. This is a good Carlisle team on the other side tonight.
Yeah, it's going to really test us as we get into conference play. It'll be a good mirror test tonight.
Opening tip is underway. Game is underway, and Pella wins, presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Cameron Long goes inside to Maggie Thompson, and within the first 8 seconds of the game, the Dutch find themselves at the free throw line on a Carlisle foul.
Does great fast break, find the open player, and Thompson finds herself at the free throw line.
Foul is whistled on Macy Comito, and it's Thompson shooting free throws. Pella moving from left to right. Carlisle is defending the right goal here at Pella Community High School. And Phil and I are high up inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. You could hear a pin drop, or you could hear me talk, one or the other. Thompson's free throw is good. Pella makes one of two, and the Dutch strike first. 1-0 Pella leads Carlisle here in girls basketball opening quarter. Three ball from the right corner, no good. Long skies in for the rebound, keeps it alive, and it comes down into the hands of Carlisle, and the Wildcats get the rebound. Now they're open and have a chance at a three-pointer in front of the Pella bench. Three ball rattles around, no good, but an offensive rebound for Comito, her second on this trip. Now a drive to the right elbow, kick into the corner. Three ball on the way by Fisher, no good. Flying around, Long hits the deck, rebound out of bounds, and stays with Carlisle.
Well, Pella opens up in a 2-3 zone. One of the things that's easy to forget is who you're going to box out, and that's 3 offensive rebounds on that possession for Carlisle.
Wildcats have the ball down by 1. Just underway. And a nice pass cut into the lane, but a layup no good. And finally, Shekel gets a defensive rebound for Pella, and with a 1-0 lead, Pella's got the ball left to right.
Little lazy pass there.
Pella turns it over, and then a foul is called.
It's on Thompson.
No, going the other way.
Oh.
Thompson ended up on the deck. We thought that maybe she was the one that had initiated the contact, but the foul was called on Ella Smith, so the Wildcats give it right back to the Dutch.
We'll take it.
1-0 Pella, 1 minute in. Here's Long to Oltman on the left side, top of the key. Now swinging around right side, Kelsey Tauke drives around the defender, tries to dump a little pocket pass through 2 defenders, but it's tipped, and then eventually a loose ball is out of bounds off Carlisle. So a little helter-skelter here in the first minute and 18 seconds. Pella's got a 1-zip lead.
Yeah, just need to be a little bit more crisp with our passes, I think.
Thompson triggers it in, or Shekel rather. Now Long on a running left-handed shot that's no good, and Carlisle goes one and done with the Smith rebound for the Wildcats. Pella in that 2-3 zone that Phil mentioned. There's a give and go and a kick into the corner. Shot fake by Ramsey. Return pass, travel.
It was a nice job by Shekel closing out, running the shooter off the three-point line. We gave up 3 3-point shots the first time down.
Well, that's just a matter of anticipation, right? You got to anticipate those passes, get the closeout, and prevent an easy shot. Now Shekel drives for Pella. Tries to Euro around a defender. Her shot is partially blocked. Little contact there, not called. Fisher grabs the rebound, letting him play. On the other end, Carlisle with the ball from right to left. Deep on the left wing, Long defending Comito. Tries inside, throws it off the face of Tauke, who is playing help defense. 3 ball on the way, too strong for Carlisle, and rebound by Cameron Long.
Ooh.
Then she gets knocked to the deck, has it taken away, and a block from behind on Thompson. Loose ball on the floor, picked up by Shekel.
There we go.
Here comes Pella, running the other way with Long with the left hand from the right side for 2. And it's 3-0 Pella. That breaks more than a 2-minute drought for both squads.
Well, it wasn't pretty. But our eyes were up, and we saw the floor. There's another block.
Thompson gets the block, and Shekel gets the board. And Long pushes it 1-on-2, initiates the bump, misses the shot, and then Shekel fouls Fisher of Carlisle on the rebound.
This is the right call. Long, frustrated that she missed it, went up over the back, got called.
In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Maggie Thompson made a free throw 8 seconds into the game, and then neither team scored for more than 2 minutes before Cameron Long knocked home a bucket. It is 3-0 Pella with 5:20 to go here in quarter number 1. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
And Carlisle turns it over on an unforced error in front of the Pella bench. Well, we promise you this is a good Carlisle team. They're just out of sorts this first 3 minutes.
Well, I think Pella's matchup 2-3 zone is giving them little trouble on the perimeter.
Pella left to right with the ball, and a drive by Tauke. Tried to feed it inside to Thompson, but a good read by Carlisle's Ella Smith to steal it away. Each team has turned it over 3 times. Carlisle now breaking right to left into Pella side of the floor. They got it inside, they kick it out. Now they've got it in the left corner with Mally Stoner. Into the post, drive inside, bumps through Tauke, offensive foul. And that's Ella Smith picking up her second, and they've both been on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and if you're watching at home, you might say, well, she was moving, but she held her ground. Even though she didn't have 2 feet set, she had her space, and the Carlisle player charged in without a plan.
Avery Parks has checked into the game, as has Maddie Harmon for Pella. Dutch 3, Wildcats nothing. 4:37 to go first quarter. Girls basketball action here on KRLS. 3 ball left corner, no good for Pella. Rebound battled for, out of bounds. Last touch by Oltman.
Yeah, and I think as this young team, I mean, we've already seen Coach Forsyth rotate in a number of players. You know, they're just going to get better at making those, 100% passes. Right now, they're throwing 50-50 balls, and a few times it's not gone our way.
Emerson Wogan is also in the game for the Dutch. Got her hands on an errant Carlisle pass, taken away by Pella, racing the other way. Tough angled shot, no good, and rebounded by Stoner off the miss by Parks. And then on the other end, a travel is called on Carlisle. They have turned it over 6 times in the first 4 minutes of this game, and Pella has a 3-0 lead.
Well, and one of those is an unforced turnover, but I think the other one's it's just the pressure that Pella's applying, even in transition.
We get a Pella Motors 30-second timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. This is the only game on the network tonight. We've got a full slate of action tomorrow night. Pella is off tomorrow. Boys will play Saturday here against Fairfield, but everybody else is off. I'm sure we'll have some wrestling scores and maybe some other action coming in, but no other basketball on the network tonight, so you won't hear much of our Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio updates. That's what you get with Thursday basketball, but Thursday basketball is also what you get when you have a 7-team Little Hawkeye Conference.
Yeah, you're going to have some different nights. It looked like it was a mega night tonight. I don't know. Did they bring?
Yeah, the JV boys played Grandview Christian before this.
Okay.
JV girls played Carlisle right before this.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, and then there was a freshman game
as well.
Like going as well.
Yep. Freshman boys are right now. I don't know if the freshman girls played earlier tonight. That I don't know. 3 ball, Shekel left side, no good. Rebound controlled by Carlisle, and Logan Brown comes away with it. Racing the other way. Wildcats can't finish the layup, and then the rebound is out of bounds off the Dutch. They would have come away with it, but Thompson hadn't reestablished herself. She tried to chase down the offensive player and went out of bounds with her, and then didn't reestablish back in bounds as the ball bounced around.
Pella stays in that 2-3. They're going to match up.
There's a drive down the left side of the lane, and Cammie Clark scoops it in. Carlisle on the board with 3:37 to go in the first quarter. 3-2, Pella leads Carlisle here in girls basketball action on KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. Shekel, dribble handoff, drive inside, and a kick over to the right side. This is Harmon. Her shot may have been partially altered, no good, short, and rebounded by Clark, who just scored the Carlisle bucket. Now a shot in the lane by Clark, and a little microwave offense, Phil, off the bench. 2 quick buckets for Cammie Clark.
Well, and Pella has gone to that man-to-man, and their help defense just hasn't been there on the drives.
Now Pella working it around the perimeter. Thompson redirects a pass that was intended for Parks. Picks it up, and now they'll try to set up the offense with 15 on the shot clock. 2:50 to go first quarter. Shekel for 3. She had a couple of big ones to keep Pella in it early against Keokuk, and now we've got a tie-up. Players are looking over at the official like, are you going to blow the whistle?
Well, I think
and they do, and it's Carlisle ball.
I think it was a tie-up initially, and then it might have been a foul, but you can't call that because it was tied up first.
Carlisle 4, Pella 3 with 2:44 to go in the first quarter.
Looks like we're back in that zone. Coach Forsyth had tried the man-to-man, and Carlisle diced it up.
Wildcats have it at the top of the key, controlled by White. Looks left side, into the hands of Cornito for 3. Boom! Macy Comito, and now it is a 7-0 Carlisle spurt, and they've got a 4-point advantage. Wogan and the Dutch trying to do something about it. Now long skip pass, way too tall for Avery Parks. That might have been in range if Thompson was over there, but not Parks. Turnover out of bounds.
Maybe jumping jack.
Yes. Carlisle 7, Pella 3. Here's a drive. Comito just hit the 3, has her shot blocked but out of bounds, and it'll stay with Carlisle. (13-4) rebounding edge right now for the Wildcats, Phil.
Yeah, you're going to give up some of those in the zone.
Carlisle missed a shot. It was rebounded by Parks. Now Long attacks the other way. Rifles it into the corner. Tauke, extra pass. Now to the top of the key, Shekel. Left-hand dribble, gets it to Long. Skip it to the right side for Tauke. Into the corner, open shooter. Parks for 3, left it short, no good. And rebounded by Brown. They just continue to gobble up the boards. Pella puts some pressure on. There's a loose ball. Tipped away by Parks and stolen away. That's one thing keeping Pella close. 7 Carlisle turnovers. Now the Dutch with Long, who falls down, but it's picked up by Shekel. Tries to go with the Euro move, runs in to Logan Brown. Shekel hits the deck and is called for a charging foul.
I thought the ball hit her. It would have been a travel, but...
yeah, to me, that was more of a turnover than a foul.
Yeah, it was a suspect charge call, but nevertheless a turnover.
Shekel picks up her first foul. 1:25 remaining in the opening quarter. Carlisle 7, Pella 3. As we finish our game reset, wired by Center Point Electric. Neither team in, I guess, Carlisle does have 3 fouls with the new rules instituted last year. Pella with 2 more free throws. 2 more fouls would be shooting free throws. Dutch have 2 possession arrows with Carlisle on a game reset, wired by Center Point Electric. Missed shot by Carlisle, goes out of bounds over to Pella. Center Point Electric is wired for excellence.
Carlisle applying pressure to Long full court, so we have to go to Tauke here.
Now open on the left wing is Emma Walkup. They work it around. Shekel for 3 right side. Too strong, no good. Walkup the rebound. Up and under with the left hand, can't finish. And then the rebound bounces around to Cammie Clark of Carlisle. And we've got a whistle and a foul called on Parks for Pella.
Just so close on so many of these. Can't buy a 3. Missing a lot of bunnies. But Coach Forsyth realizes he's just so close to turning that corner here.
1:02 remaining in the first quarter. Carlisle 7, the Pella girls 3. Front end of a split doubleheader. The Pella boys will take on defending 1A state champs Grandview Christian in the nightcap.
Looking forward to that matchup. Should be a lot of fun.
Here's a drive on the right side. A little push off, not called, and luckily Carlisle lost the ball. Shekel plucks it, drives, misses the layup, and rebounded by the Wildcats. And Pella puts some pressure on even after the miss. Walkup and Parks hounding. But Carlisle gets it across. And now a 2-on-2, and the layup is no good. Loose on the floor, picked up by Brown, and then she fires it away instead of going back up for a Carlisle layup. And then a foul is whistled on Carlisle. This has been a pretty ugly first quarter on both sides. Carlisle 7, Pella 3. That was a foul on Cammie Clark.
Forget we're big time now. We have the TV. I'm trying to get my angle to see the clock. 21.3 left here.
Here's a three, Walkup left corner on the inbounds, too strong, but the rebound will come down to Oltman all the way in the other corner. Pella another chance, three ball, Tauke, short no good, chance for Walkup, but couldn't save the offensive rebound as she goes running into the concession area with 8.6 seconds left in the first quarter. Carlisle 7, Pella 3. Dutch haven't scored since the 5:40 mark of the first quarter here.
Had many attempts, just cannot buy a bucket here. At first it was Carlisle with the lid, and now it's been Pella the last 5:40.
7 seconds to go, first quarter. Carlisle, the last shot. Good defense on the perimeter, forces a tough fall-away three that's no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Carlisle 7, Pella 3, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day. He'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
2024 is coming to a close, but you don't have to wait until 2025 to start looking for your next home. Hi, I'm Aaron Stoltz with Pella Real Estate Services, and the inventory and options for homes and acreages on the local market is growing. I'd love to visit with you about exactly what you're looking for and to start the process of finding the perfect place for you. We're all in the holiday mindset, but if you're in the new home mindset, we're here to help. Call me or any member of our team at 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS and on Pella Dutch Live. Tonight's game on Pella Dutch Live, the video presentation, is being presented by Vander Linden Services. We'd like to say thanks to Austin and his team at Vander Linden Services in Pella, tonight's video sponsor on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. Trevor Castle, Phil Hemming, as the Dutch have the ball trailing 7-3. Pella hasn't scored in more than 5 minutes and 40 seconds of action, but only trail by 4. Long's 3 rattles out. Rebound last touched. Oh, no. That was off of Fisher, and then she did a sell job to the official who agreed and gave the ball to the Wildcats.
Yeah.
A 19-8 edge on the glass for Carlisle, including that team defensive rebound.
Yeah, that's been the story here is second and third chances for Carlisle.
Travel. And there's the other side of that story, Phil. 10 Carlisle turnovers. So they're basically doubling up Pella on the glass, but they're doubling up the Dutch on the turnovers as well.
Well, and I would guess shooting for both teams is in the 20 to 30% range.
Here's Thompson trying to drive through 2 Carlisle defenders and gets bumped, and she'll go to the free throw line to try to end more than a 6-minute Dutch drought. Ella Smith picked up her 3rd foul already. Thompson's got 1 point. She made the opening point of the game on a free throw just 8 seconds in. And now to the line, left to right. First free throw good.
Breaks the lid off the basket, let's hope.
One more coming for Maggie. Second one no good. Rebound is loose, and Brown collects for the Wildcats. Shot won't go for Carlisle.
Nice board by Shekel.
Katie's got 4 rebounds for the Dutch, and here comes Pella with Tauki. Just still a one-possession game, and now a one-point game as Tauki gets a friendly roll on her drive to the basket.
Nice strong move from Tauki to finish at the rim.
And now a tip by Tauki. Long trying to fight to get a steal, but a foul is called on Cameron Long.
Thought maybe it was a jump. She had her hand on the ball first. Carlisle was just able to pull her in and get the foul call.
Checking into the bench, number 11, Riley Parks.
All right, Carlisle to trigger it in from right between the Pella bench and the scores table as they move from right to left here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. High post, kick out. Open 3 on the way from the right wing is too strong, no good. And Shekels well positioned to grab her 5th rebound. She'll take it up the other end, give it to Jenna Oltman, who has it poked away. It'll go into the backcourt, no violation because of the tip. Now Tauki, wide open. Thompson fires a left wing 3, too strong, no good. And a pair of 11s battle for the board, and it's Carlisle's Maddie Fisher who controls over Riley Parks for the Dutch. Now onto the baseline for Carlisle. Kick out right wing. They'll send it back out to the 10-foot volleyball line. Carlisle in red, white, and yellow. Pella in their white and green. High post again. And just a tic-tac foul from behind by Riley Parks. Played such good defense for 25 seconds and then
bail him out.
Yep.
You know, Coach Forsyth, you're watching him just cycle players in. I'm trying to count here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Played 10 deep already, I believe. Is that right?
That sounds right to me. Here's a steal on the inbounds as this is Michaela Vincent, and the ball hangs on the rim and a little English to fall through. And Pella's regained the lead 8-7. And now Carlisle's working on about a 4-minute streak of their own without scoring. Give and go, kick out top of the key. Snap pass inside. Shot, foul by Vincent, and that'll send Cammie Clark to the line. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, Pella had a 3-0 lead after the first 2.5 minutes before Carlisle finally scored. The Wildcats scored the final 7 points of the first quarter as the Dutch went without a point for 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Then the Dutch kicked it into gear here in the second quarter. They've scored the only 5 points of the first 2.5 minutes of the second quarter, and they lead 8-7, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Cammie Clark changes that, missed the first free throw, makes the second, and we are tied at 8. Pella's got a wide open right corner 3 that's no good. Rebound around and an offensive rebound for Oltman. Another chance for Pella. Tauki on the drive, kicks it out to Vincent. Now inside Parks. Looked like she traveled, but not called. Dutch still have 24 to shoot. Don't have to rush. They got the reset. Now Oltman holding it above her head. Wanted to cut her. Nothing was there. Kicks it out. 3-pointer. 2 bounces on the rim, no good. And we've got a whistle and a held ball. The arrow is with Carlisle as Parks was battling with Camito. Huh.
Interesting game of runs, Trevor. Interesting game of runs here. You know, and we're really getting what we expected from this Pella team, which is they're scrappy. They do some right things, but they also are young and they're learning. And you can see they're just so close to you know, getting some of these shots to fall, making some of these plays. They see it, they just can't quite do it yet.
Now, respectfully, I'd call this a game of walks rather than a game of runs.
Okay, or trots.
Slow.
Trots.
It's been slowly building. There's a bucket for Carlisle as Cammie Clark has scored 3 in a row. So here's a little run for the Cats, and they lead 10-8. 4:40 to go, second quarter. Pella on the offensive end, left to right. Top of the key for Oltman. Ball above her head. Snaps it to Tauki. Dribble handoff. Shot fake by Parks. Drives right baseline and then stopped and threw it away for a 6th Dutch turnover.
There's another steal from Pella, though.
Yep, they get it right back on Carlisle's 11th turnover. Oltman has 2 on 4. She'll dribble it out and they'll reset the offense with Wogan. Now Oltman back in the left corner being hounded by Freeman for Carlisle. Oltmann faces up and kicks. Tauke for three. That's off to the right, no good. Rebound loose and battled for and controlled by Wogan. A rare offensive rebound for the Dutch. It leads to a Tauke drive. She's cut off by Clark and circles it back out, and it's controlled by Parks. Left side Wogan, open Oltmann, shooter in the corner.
There it is.
Three ball rattles out again, and a loose ball and some elbows from Stoner on the Carlisle rebound.
Just halfway down on that one.
We've had multiple halfway downs, Phil.
I know.
Just not very consistent tonight for either team. Three-pointer coming from Camito, boom.
Finally, Carlisle able to knock one down there.
And Camito has given now Carlisle a 6-0 little spurt here. An actual run, if you will, with 3:20 to go. And here comes Shekel and Harmon back into the game for Tauke and Oltmann. 13-8 Carlisle, 3:20 to go, first half.
Carlisle in their 2-3 zone now.
Pella with the post up on Shekel. Kick out to Harmon at the top. Right side for Wogan. Now back to Harmon. They'll work it, reverse it to left side. Skip pass over to the right. Inside, backing her way down. Vincent draws the foul on Brown.
Seeing some good things from Vincent off the bench here. Getting herself in the mix in the post.
Well, she's got the height, but she's giving up some bulk to Brown rather, but not afraid to challenge her.
No, she's really done a nice job of getting involved in the offense here, providing a little spark for us. That's 3 points for her, which is a third of our points.
13-9 Carlisle leads with 2:59 remaining here in quarter number 2. Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up here on KRLS, and both free throws are good for Vincent. And she'll take a seat for Thompson, but that was a productive few minutes off the bench for Michaela Vincent. Under 3 to go first half. Carlisle 13, Pella 10. Wildcat ball, left side of the floor. To the high post and a kick. Three-pointer launched and missed.
Air ball.
Out of bounds, Pella ball. Well, Carlisle's running everything through the high post right now. They're looking to see if somebody gets caught napping and they can get somebody open on the baseline. If not, it's a kick out and take an open three.
Yeah, they're doing a nice job trying to work it around and getting some open shots, but they're having trouble getting those to fall as well.
Dutch have it with Walkup. They go inside to Thompson. Kick out three. Just a little too strong from Harmon. No good. And the loose ball is out of bounds to Carlisle. That is 9 team rebounds for Carlisle. Out of Pella shots. I mean, you take three-pointers, long shots, long rebounds, and a lot of them are just going out of bounds eventually. Here's a baseline drive on the left side for Camito. She leads all scorers with 8, and Carlisle's got its largest lead at 5, back 15-10. Walkup, left-hand dribble to the right wing. Nobody's there, so she'll fire a three and bank it in. The Marion County Bank radio scoreboard is deactivated tonight, but the Marion County Bank three-point shot is live.
Oh, anything goes tonight.
Three-point basket for Emma Walkup, and on the other end, Carlisle misses a shot, and Maggie Thompson snatches in the rebound, and then Shekel gets fouled.
Not sure if that's by design who we want bringing the ball up, but Shekel looks to have taken one to the midsection there.
Foul called on Cammie Clark, her second. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county.
Shekel heading to the bench, grabbing her midsection. Looks like she strained something there on that play.
Pella trying to lob it inside to Thompson. She's able to collect before it goes out of bounds on an overthrow. Walkup has it, backing down her defender. Tries to go up and under. Help defense comes over. Walkup takes about 4 steps. Carlisle wanted a travel. Walkup wanted a foul. Neither is called, and Fisher grabs the rebound for Carlisle. Now a spin dribble, fall away shot by Comito, no good, but rebounded by Freeman.
Yeah, there's that offensive rebound again, giving the Dutch fits.
1:10 to go, first half. Carlisle leads 15-13. Now a drive and a wild shot, too strong, no good. Rebounded by Thompson. Pella has it with Oltman. Drives inside through 3 defenders. Nice. Up with the left hand and
Scoop and score.
Jenna Oltman for 2. And Pella has drawn even at 15 apiece.
Pella just trying to lock down, play solid defense here to get him to the break.
Carlisle, high post, kick out 3, Comito, boom. Oh, you got to find Macy Comito. She's got 3 threes and 11 points in the ball game. 18-15, Carlisle leads. Here's Oltman, lobs it inside to Thompson, and she draws a foul with 22 seconds left, and back to the free throw line she goes. And it's Comito, her second foul.
2-shot foul, so Coach Forsyth wants to set up his defense.
Shot clock off. 22 seconds left in the quarter. Carlisle 18, Pella 15. First free throw, no good. And Thompson will try to do here what she did on each of her previous 2 trips to the line, which is make 1 of 2.
Thompson at the line, shooting 1.
And she does. Pella within 2. Carlisle can't hold for one final shot if they choose. 20 seconds to go. First half. Wildcats lead Pella 18-16. Comito, who's hit 3 first half 3-pointers, working. Kicks it into the right corner. Baseline drive by Clark. Her runner won't go. Rebound by Harmon. Pella's got 5 seconds. They've got a real chance to tie this thing up. Oltman for 3. No good. At the first half buzzer. Got a good look. Couldn't knock it down. And we go to halftime with Carlisle leading Pella 18-16. The Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up.
Winter's here, but your roof still needs the best. At Dutch Mill Supply, they offer top quality CertainTeed shingles to keep your home protected all season long. Durable, reliable, and designed for winter weather, CertainTeed shingles ensure your roof stands strong against snow, ice, and wind.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door.
Winter driving will happen at any time. Stay safe with Midtown Tire. Right now, get a $70 instant rebate on a set of Bridgestone tires or $60 instant rebate on Firestone tires. Plus, alignments are just $40, helping you drive straight and safe all season long. Don't wait. Midtown Tire and Pella has the deals to keep you rolling.
No hassle, no waiting. Rebates made simple at Midtown Tire in Pella.
Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. See Midtown Tire for details.
This Christmas season, PellaMotors.com is spreading joy with deals that will light up your year. Right now, get $17,000 off a new Dodge Durango or take home a new Chevy Silverado with $16,000 off. Looking for a GMC? Save $10,000 on a new Sierra. And don't miss $9,000 off a new Ram Bighorn. PellaMotors.com wishes you peace, joy, and incredible savings this Christmas. And drive home with an amazing deal.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game.
Schulte drives, dumps, Barnes layup, and the foul! And the Pella crowd to its feet through contact. Tyson Barnes with tonight's Raise the Roof.
When you think Randall Roofing, think gutters. You heard that right. Maintenance, installation, and repair. We've got your gutters handled too. Randall Roofing, your one-stop shop for roofs and gutters. Find us on socials or visit randallroofs.com.
There's a lot of cool things made in Iowa, from pipe organs to floating tiki bars and lights used at sporting events all over the world. But what won the award for the coolest thing made in Iowa? The Vermeer ZR5 1200 self-propelled baler. This award is a testament to the dedication of our team, and the hard work done at Vermeer means that our customers can continue to do their important work, feeding and fueling their communities, managing natural resources, and connecting others to the necessities of life. We're Vermeer, equipped to do more.
Knoxville Farm and Home has perfect deals for your pets this week, December 8th through the 14th. Save $5 on select 2, 3, or 5-gallon metal poultry waterers, and when you bundle it with a poultry waterer heater base, you save a total of $10. Looking for goodies for your furry friends? Take an extra 10% off all cat and dog toys, collars, and leashes. Need something cozy? Heated pet beds and bowls are 10% off, and you'll save $10 on select dog crates and exercise pens. Knoxville Farm and Home, what a farm store should be.
Welcome inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on 92.1 KRLS. The Carlisle Wildcats lead the Pella High girls by a score of 18-16. This is our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front-end work, there are no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Let's go over our first half statistics, going inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. Just 2 players scored for Carlisle. Macy Comito with 11, Cammie Clark with 7. 6 Pella players scored, and nobody had more than 4. Michaela Vincent with 4, Emma Walkup with 3, Maggie Thompson with 3, and then 2 each for Kelsey Tauke, Cameron Long, and Jenna Oltman. Carlisle plus 10 on the glass, 26-16. Maddie Fisher with 5, and Logan Brown had 4. Pella led by Katie Shekels 5. The Dutch did have the edge in turnovers, 11 Carlisle turnovers and 6 for the Dutch. Pella made 1 three-pointer. It was an Elma Walkup banked three-pointer. Carlisle's offense being led by the long ball. They hit 3 Macy Comito three-pointers. Wildcats were 1 of 2 at the free throw line, and Pella was 5 of 8 at the free throw line in the first half. Inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. We'll take a look at our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service when we come back with more of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show here on KRLS.
How much has your internet bill gone up recently? If you're a Pella Fiber customer, you know that it hasn't gone up at all, because all residential customers get 1 gig of fiber internet for only $75 a month. And that's not an introductory offer that'll go away in a few months. That's the everyday low price for fast, reliable fiber internet from a local utility that's here to take care of you if any problems arise. Make the switch today and join the thousands of Pella Fiber customers getting a gig for just $75 a month by going to PellaFiber.com.
Who's always open? Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
At Bank Iowa, we are invested in our community. Each year, we donate more than $250,000 to local organizations, giving back to the community that supports us. Because we're more than just your local bank. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners. Committed to our community, committed to you. Bank Iowa. Let's make it happen. BankIowa.bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Did you know that Van Haften Plumbing and Heating is more than just your local Dave Lennox Premier dealer? If you're planning a bathroom remodeling project, we can help. Van Haften's carries tubs and showers, lavatories and faucets, toilets, even Whirlpool tubs and shower doors. We can order just the products if you're a do-it-yourselfer, or our experts can handle the installation for you. If a bathroom remodel is in your future, call Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking.
And you're part of our story. It's about your family, memories, and shared dreams. Do you remember when you took the leap and bought your first home?
Or when you followed your passion and started your business?
That's right. We shared in those moments, those pages in your story.
Continue your story with us today. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community, Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
It seems like everything today charges via USB. How many of your receptacles have USB ports? Sure, they make adapters, and you probably have a couple dozen laying around. But wouldn't it be easier to just plug it straight into a wall receptacle? At Centerpoint Electric, we're here to help with any electrical problem you have, big or small. Let us install USB receptacles throughout your house so you can ditch the adapters and charge with ease. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com. We're wired for excellence.
Do you need urgent health care today? Then come to Pella Regional Walk-In Clinic and be seen today. We treat ear or sinus infections, minor injuries, cuts, scrapes, sprains and strains, allergic reactions, aches and pains, rashes or burns, and more. Just walk in to Pella Regional Medical Clinic in Pella, Ottumwa, or Knoxville and be seen for your urgent care needs. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times.
Hi, this is Dalton Buck with Hy-Vee. The Christmas season is a very busy time of year with activities all around town, shopping for holiday gifts and getting ready for the big family celebrations. And amongst the hustle and bustle, I believe it's also important to slow down and reflect on everything that we're thankful for. At Hy-Vee, we're thankful for you, our loyal customers, and for this great community that we serve. From all of us at Hy-Vee, we hope that you have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Welcome back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. The Carlisle girls lead Pella 18-16 in non-conference high school basketball action. And it's time now for our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. First thing for Pella, and not much you can do other than keep firing. I thought Pella, Phil, got some pretty good looks here in that first half. They only knocked down the one three-pointer, and it was a bank shot, maybe one that didn't deserve to go in, but, they got hooked out of a few others. They knocked that one in. I think they just got to keep finding and shooting those open shots and hope the law of averages works in their favor. What else did you see out of Pella?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of getting those open looks. I think we've got to clean up our passing a little bit. A lot of, there's some girls that played last year, but these weren't a lot of critical role players. And so as they're just finding their way, they just need to learn how to get their teammates involved, where to put them in the best positions. And then also maybe pass up some of those threes, drive to the basket, find an open teammate. So I think those are things, just more experience, more time on the floor, more practice. They're going to gain that knowledge.
And if that's what Carlisle's going to do, check Comito and check Clark. They're the only two players that have scored. Make somebody else find a way to find a bucket.
Well, the 2-3 zone is going to give up three-point looks, and they weren't by any means. Comito had three, but by any means they're not just blowing us out with threes. So I'm okay with sticking with the zone. I'm a little bit more concerned about the imbalance of rebounding.
Yeah.
Need to do a better job on the glass, making sure when you're in that zone, when the shot goes up, you have to go find a body, box them out, go get the rebound. So
those are our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And that's a wrap on the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Trevor Castle, Phil Hemming, live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Carlisle 18, Pella 16. Dutch with the ball from right to left in their home white jerseys, green lettering and numerals and trim. Carlisle in the red jerseys, white lettering and numerals trimmed in yellow. Here's Jenna Oltman driving through the teeth of that zone defense, gets it poked away. Pella had just one turnover in the second quarter, 6 in the entire first half, so they really limited the turnovers, but they start the second half with one. Then a missed three on the other end, rebounded by Cameron Long, and as she goes the other way, she gets bumped down, throws up a wild shot that eventually lands up in the arms of Natalie Ramsey of Carlisle. Long is very slow to get up. It's 5-on-4. Missed shot on the other end for Carlisle. Offensive rebound. They've got a power play here of the rebound for White. As Long, there's just nothing she can do, and we get a running, leaning jumper by Comito. And Carlisle scores on the power play and leads 20-16.
Long seemed to land on her knee there. She's grabbing her knee. like you said, it ended up a power play for Carlisle. Pella did their best to try to match up, but it was 4-on-5.
So Long goes out. They'll tend to her. And Pella's got the ball. Tough pass by Harmon, pulled in by Shekel. Thompson has it now with a right-hand dribble. Looking to the right side where it's controlled by Harmon again. Her pass to Oltmann, back to an open Harmon in front of the Pella bench for three. No good. They continue to struggle from outside, but Thompson rips down the rebound, and it's Oltmann dead on. Her three just a little too strong, no good. Rebounded by Ella Smith. 20-16, Carlisle leads by 4. And they've got an open three in the left corner. No good.
It's going to be out.
Off the top of the backboard, no good. Rebound, Pella on the team rebound.
Well, we had some good looks at threes there, just can't seem to knock them down. I'm guessing that's going to be something Coach Forsyth takes that Friday practice he is not normally going to get and shoot hundreds of threes tomorrow.
Here's Shekel for Pella. Her pass to Tauke is tipped and stolen away. Leads to Smith, and she lets Tauke fly by on the attempted layup and then misses it. And it's rebounded by Shekel, her game-high 6th. Can Pella take the lid off the basket here in the third quarter? They haven't scored in more than 2 minutes of this frame. 18-16 was our score at halftime. It's 20-16, Carlisle by 4. And as Maggie Thompson was trying to post up, Maddie Fisher was grabbing her right arm, and the foul is called on the floor, her first. Give you a game reset, wired by Center Point Electric. 5 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Carlisle 20, Pella 16, and the possession arrow is with Carlisle on a game reset, wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Harmon into the corner for Tauke. Dribbles up near the top of the key. Return pass, Harmon for three. No good. That was a little bit short and then popped off to the weak side for Camito. As Carlisle continues to control the glass as the Dutch continue to be ice cold from outside. And there's a throwaway. Oh, Smith just threw Wogan to the ground, and then as the ball was loose, it's picked up by Oltmann for a Carlisle turnover. They're letting him be physical when there's some fighting for the ball. Now Tauke has it.
A lot to watch as an official, though, because there's so many hands on the ball.
Tauke drives, got around her defender, and scoops it up from her waist and just pops it over the rim and in for two. Carlisle's lead trimmed to 20-18. Open three-pointer, right corner Carlisle, short, no good. Tauke there for the rebound. Carlisle trying to rip it away, and they tie it up, which means that the arrow will go to the Wildcats on the held ball. With 4:33 to go in the third quarter, Carlisle 20, Pella 18.
Tauke did a great job skying for that rebound, but just brought it down and allowed Carlisle to get their hands on it, tie it up. Unfortunately, it's Carlisle ball.
And then Carlisle just throws it away. They try to give and go, getting it back to the inbounder, but the pass was out of her reach and thrown away. 13th Carlisle turnover. 4:25 to go, third quarter. Carlisle 20, Pella 18. High screen from Oltmann. Tauke uses it and then passes it to Oltmann. Open, Wogan, three. No. Another toilet bowl in and out, no good. Rebounded by Brown. Camito the other way. She had 3 threes in the first half. They'll fire it into the left corner. Three-pointer, no good. Oltmann the rebound. Carlisle also ice cold from the field here in the third quarter. The teams have combined in half the quarter for just 2 buckets, 1 each, 4 total points. Wogan to Oltmann in the right corner, looking to post up Vincent. Instead, Oltmann drives. She's double teamed. Gives it to Vincent, who falls down, but gets it out to Oltmann. Shot fake on the three. Tauke back to Oltmann. Screen from Tauke. Left-hand dribble Oltmann. Spin move down the right side of the lane. And we've got a whistle. The officials will converse here. Carlisle player hit the deck. Was Oltmann grabbed, or did Oltmann knock the player to the floor?
The old jump ball.
I'm not sure that I saw mine strong enough to convince you, and maybe you didn't see yours strong enough to convince me, so let's jump it up. And in the girls' game, that means it's, in the high school game, I should say, that means it's a held ball arrow, and in this position, it goes to Pella. Inbounds pass open. Avery Parks catch and shoot.
Just,
are we sure that that's not a toilet bowl instead of a rim down there, Phil?
I don't know.
Offensive rebound, Maddie Harmon, and she puts it back in to tie the game at 20. But these three-pointers, they're not missing by much.
No, and I mean, they look good.
Camito,
really
deep three. She's not missing hardly anything. 16 points for Macy Camito. Carlisle up 3, 23-20. Now Pella with Wogan on the right baseline. Had it knocked out of her hands, picks it up in front of the Dutch bench.
Got to get out of that corner there.
And as her pass was intended inside for Vincent, it's kicked out of bounds by Carlisle. 22 to shoot, 2:54 to go. Game clock, third quarter. Carlisle 23, Pella girls 20.
This is not a shot clock reset here. With the kick
Lazy
ball.
inbounds pass is stolen away. Pella's 9th turnover.
Take a charge.
And now a layup that's no good. Battle for the rebound, loose on the floor, and eventually picked up by Carlisle. Stoner comes out of there with it strong. Now Brown feeds. Shot no good, but right to Brown. She lost the handle on it, and Brown lays it in. 5 in a row for Carlisle to take a 25-20 lead.
You know, and in a game where points are so difficult to come by, a 5-point lead is a big one.
There's a throwaway by Pella. The turnovers are mounting. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella. Carlisle led 7-3 at the end of the first quarter, 18-16 at the half. A very slow start for both teams here in this third quarter. It was tied at 20 about a minute and a half ago. But Carlisle scored 5 in a row. They lead 25-20, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Now Camito inside. She was trying to wrap her way around Vincent. Almost lost it out of bounds, but saved it. And now Carlisle gets their offense reset. 2 minutes to go. Throwaway by Camito. Third quarter action. Chance at a run out for Parks, but the pass is off the mark. She tracks it down. Pella sets it up. Wogan launches a three. Another rim out. No good. And a foul by Vincent on the rebound by Brown. Well, who's always open is presented by Anytime Fitness in Pella. And right now, Phil, it's not a matter of being open. It's just a matter of finding a way to use the equipment the right way. Pella can't buy a three-pointer.
I don't even know if it's equipment failure. It's like, you know, I don't know what we're shooting, but one of
a
20?
lot. It is
one of 20 maybe,
and like 8 toilet bowl outs and 4 that were halfway down and rimmed out. I mean, these are just improbable miss after miss after miss.
You know, and I was just saying 5 points starts to be a lot when you're down, when baskets are so hard to come by. But if Pella can just get that momentum shift.
There's a missed three by Carlisle. Long rebound. Controlled by Camito.
Just get a third of these shots to fall. It'd be a different outcome.
Here's an open Clark. And then as she drives, it's knocked out of her hands. Ball loose, picked up by Carlisle. Ends up with Clark driving inside, flipping up a shot and scores. Who's Always Open was presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, Anytime Fitness. We've got a Pella Motors timeout on the floor by Blaine Forsyth, with Carlisle leading 27-20, 1 minute and 18 seconds remaining here in quarter number 3. And I think what you're hinting at, Phil, is what we call an urgent situation, presented by Pella Regional Health Center. Down 7 when the shots aren't falling and the scoreboard is hardly moving. You know, you're down 7 in a 67-60 game. Doesn't feel like nearly as much as down 7 in a 27-20 game.
Well, I would guess Coach Forsyth's going to have to dial something up here. Maybe some three-quarter court pressure, full court pressure. Try to maybe get some steals and some wide open layups. You know, the wide open shots have been there. They're just not falling. So we'll see what happens.
Our urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or Ottumwa. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times. Again, we are the only game on the network tonight, so we won't be hearing much. We'll get some wrestling scores, I imagine, trickling in a little bit later, maybe some swimming, things like that, but no other basketball games on the network, so no Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio updates tonight, but we do want to thank their team at Midtown Tire and Auto Spa for sponsoring Pella High Athletics here on KRLS. All right, out of the Pella Motors timeout, where do we find some offense? Who's going to be the first one to break the proverbial seal here in the third quarter?
Coach
Not
Forsythe
that one.
says keep shooting them.
Parks misses it. It's rebounded by Walkup. Altman triggers. That's no good. And the rebound is off of Carlisle. Will stay Pella ball here on the left side of the floor.
Wow. And 2 more wide open threes out of that timeout.
Now an inbounds pass. Thompson controls. Under a minute to go, third quarter, and a pass to Altman is tipped out of bounds. Active hands for Carlisle, forcing Pella to work just to keep possession here.
It was a great box out by Altman there, forcing the official to make the call.
Here's Harmon, or Parks rather, for 3. Short from the left corner, no good, and then Thompson tips it out of bounds. Going the other way, yeah. Carlisle ball. Boys game is next. Pella, one of the preseason favorites in Class 3A, coming off of their state tournament appearance last year. Three-pointer Carlisle, good. Comito again. And the Dutch will take on defending 1A state champion Grandview Christian. It's a 10-0 Carlisle run. Altman to end it. Boom!
Finally.
Jenna Altman for 3. Can that spark a Pella run down 30-23 late in the third quarter?
Jenna Altman forces the net.
And now a steal as Cameron Long comes away with it. A drive and a layup and a foul! It's Jenna Altman taking over late in the third quarter. She got the 3 the new school way. Now she'll try to do it old school with 11 and a half seconds to go in the quarter.
That's what I said, Trevor. Need a little bit of this momentum, this juice to flow, and shots will start falling. You see the energy back in the building. We got business casual out of the student section getting fired up.
Well, with the free throw here, Pella's 6 quick ones will have cut a 10-point deficit down to 4. Carlisle, though, on the flip side, they'll have 11 seconds with which to work, and they start the fourth quarter with the ball. So imperative not to lay down here on the defensive end at the end of the frame as Altman makes the free throw.
6 points out of Altman.
Here's Carlisle, last chance in the quarter. It's Cammie Clark driving, fires to Comito, hounded by Tauke, and she throws it away. Stolen by Shekel. Good to see Katie back on the floor, and the third quarter is in the books. Carlisle builds a 10-point lead, but Altman scores 6 in a row. 30-26 Carlisle, going to the fourth, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
The plugs in the car go spark, 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 spark. The plugs in the car go spark, spark, spark at Central Tire and Auto.
If the plugs don't spark, the car won't start. For tires and brakes, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new spark plugs. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
At Central Tire and Auto.
As we're settling in for another Iowa winter, think about what the cold weather does to your garage door. Low temperatures can cause lubrication problems, metal to contract, and springs to become brittle. And consistent wet weather can cause your door to swell. Those things can lead to big problems, like your door getting stuck or not working at all. And that's the last thing you want to deal with in the freezing cold. Make sure those things don't happen by calling DeYoung Door Service for an inspection of your garage door today.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
Going to the fourth quarter, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Trevor Castle, Phil Hemming, live on 92.1 KRLS. We'd like to thank tonight's game sponsor on Pella Dutch Live. Thanks to Vander Linden Services for sponsoring tonight's live coverage of Pella High boys and girls basketball here on Pella Dutch Live. Carlisle ball with a 4-point lead to start the fourth quarter of action. Here's an up and under move. Great defense by Thompson for Pella. Shot goes off the rim. Loose ball. Well, we've got another conference by the officials. Who touched it last? Carlisle did. Pella ball. Carlisle plus 10 on the boards, 34-24 through 3 quarters. They lead by 4. They have led at the end of every quarter. 7-3 at the end of the first, 18-16 at the half. And despite building a 10-point lead in the third quarter, that lead is down to 4 at 30-26. And now a chance for Maggie Thompson to cut into it even further as she's going to the line for 2. That's Ella Smith. She didn't play much in the third quarter because of foul trouble. With 3, she comes in to start the fourth and immediately picks up her 4th foul. Thompson is 3 of 6 at the free throw line and leaves the first one short.
Broadcaster curse.
Hey, she's missed 1 on each of the 3. I'm not taking credit or blame for that. 1 more for Maggie. Let's get this to a 1-possession game. Yes.
You called it.
All right, 3-point game. It is a 7-0 Pella run after Carlisle made it 30-20. A 3-pointer rims out on the Carlisle end, and Thompson corrals the rebound. Pella's got a chance to tie on this possession.
Love the rebounding by Thompson.
Tauke gets it to Long. Now Oltmann has it. Good to see Cameron back in there. We've seen both Long and Shekel go to the bench in this second half with injuries. And now it's
Nice.
Thompson
Oh,
inside,
between
slips
the
it
legs.
through her legs and scores! I can't imagine that was intentional, but it pays off either way. And Pella's on a 9-0 run on tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Carlisle misses a shot on the other end, and it's rebounded by Kelsey Tauke. Pella, a chance for the lead. Long has it left corner. Top of the key, Thompson. Now Oltmann with it. Carlisle led 30-20. It's now 30-29.
Long wide
Long for
open.
3 in the lead.
Juice.
Boom!
The juice.
Cameron Long makes it a 12-0 Dutch run. 32-30 Pella.
You know, the momentum takes the lid off the basket. You forget about everything. Shots are falling. They're playing with so much more confidence and momentum right now.
Loose ball out of bounds off of Pella. Well, boy, a game of runs. I called them walks earlier, but these are turning into runs. Phil, it was 20-20, and then Carlisle scored 10 in a row, and now we've scored 12 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's been a point in this game where we've had, roller coaster back and forth type buckets.
No.
On the other end, shot for Carlisle won't go.
There's
and
a
the
foul.
offensive rebound for Brooke White, and then she's fouled going back up. So she'll go to the line to try to end this Pella 12-0 run. 32-30, Dutch lead Carlisle. Girls basketball. This is a front end of a doubleheader. The Pella boys will play next against Grandview Christian. And the free throw by White is no good. Carlisle 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Pella is 7 of 11. And White misses them both, but an offensive rebound for Brown. She's got a game-high 7, and it leaves Comito open for 3. Her shot too strong, no good, but she follows her own miss and gets her own offensive rebound. Another chance for Carlisle for 3 for White, no good. Rebound tipped and eventually controlled by Oltmann for Pella. Here come the Dutch with Cameron Long. She just hit a 3-pointer to give the Dutch a 32-30 lead on Pella's last possession. Emerson Wogan has it. Left-hand dribble onto Tauke in the left corner.
Thompson wants it down on the block.
Right to left for Pella. They're shooting on the left side of the floor in front of their own student section. Thompson returns it to Tauke. 11 to shoot.
Nice
Great
scoop.
drive by Tauke, and she feeds the rolling Thompson for the bucket. It is a 14-0 Pella run, and we've got a Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. 5 minutes to go in the game. 34-30 Pella, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Hi, this is Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella. I've spent the last 5 years painting the exterior of homes and businesses around town, and I get asked all the time if I can paint the inside too. As we've grown our team and built our capacity, the answer is now yes. We now offer interior and exterior painting as well as garage epoxy floors. Winter is the perfect time for those indoor projects, and our schedule is filling up. So if you'd like us to paint the interior of your home or apply an epoxy floor, get a hold of us today by visiting Spain-painting.com.
Hi, this is Chuck Vanderwall with Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, where we've been helping people find their dream car or a new car since 1935. My favorite is my 1963.5 Galaxy 500 two-door.
I'm Todd Vanderwall, and we love seeing people smile when they drive their new vehicle off the lot. It's fun to get a new car. My favorite is my 1974 Ford Bronco.
I'm Tegan, and I don't have as many cool cars as Dad or Grandpa, but I love my Bronco Sport. When it's time for a new vehicle, come see us at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella.
We're taking care of you.
Back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, we'd like to thank Marion County Bank for sponsoring Pella High basketball here on 92.1 KRLS. Alongside Phil Hemming, I'm Trevor Castle, and Pella has a 34-30 lead as we're back in action. Carlisle ball out of the full timeout, and they set up a three-pointer that rims out themselves, no good. But it's rebounded by Logan Brown, and then she throws it into the backcourt. It was not tipped by Pella. And it's a Carlisle turnover. Let's give you a game reset wired by Center Point Electric. 4:44 on the fourth quarter clock. Possession arrow is with the Dutch. Right now the foul situation, just one apiece. And now we've got a timeout called by Pella. That's a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. It is a 14-0 Pella run. The Dutch, in a 2020 game, gave up 10 in a row and were ice cold, and we were right in their eulogy, Phil. But all of a sudden, like the Undertaker, they sit up in the casket. They scored 14 in a row, and they lead 34-30.
Well, still a ton of basketball to play here. You know, we've got 5 minutes left in the game, and Pella's just going to need to continue to defend. I like the wide open threes, but I think great things happen when they drive to the basket, get aggressive. Tauke did that, found Thompson underneath. Need more of that here to close this game out. 4:44 to go.
2 games, so it's very difficult to really understand what statistics mean, but Macy Comito, she was 1 of 6 shooting threes in their first 2 games for Carlisle. She's made 5 three-pointers tonight, so she's kind of balancing back out, averaging 18 points a game. You get the feeling if they're going to come back, it's going to be a big part because of Comito. Three-pointer Cameron Long, no good, and it's rebounded by Carlisle and Clark. Quickly ahead, stolen away by Jenna Oltman. 17th Carlisle turnover. Wogan the other way. High off the window, won't go. Battle for the rebound.
Vincent.
Loose on the floor. Foul by Carlisle after Vincent, in between 2 Wildcat defenders, grabbed the ball.
I like that. Vincent going to the glass. Wogan tried the floater, didn't fall. Vincent clears the rebound.
Olivia Freeman called with her first foul with 4:14 to go in the fourth quarter. Carlisle hasn't scored in this quarter. This extended run dates back to the middle of the third quarter. Actually late in the third quarter.
Dangerous pass there.
Pella's got the ball. Oltman is open on the right wing. Passes up the 3. Now Long at the top of the key with a left-hand dribble. Kind of stumbles as she tried to dribble it between her legs. Lost the ball and picked up by Carlisle. Here comes Comito. She's got 19 in the game. This time, though, it's a pass. Shot is, I guess, partially blocked and no good. And then Tauke got the rebound and almost threw it away. Out of bounds off Carlisle. Hey, it's early.
It is.
It's December 12th. There's a lot of season left to go, and you can see both teams still kind of working things out.
Yeah, just overall, for most of this game, just a lot of shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Pella 34, Carlisle 30. Under 4 minutes to go in the game. Pella passes it inside to Vincent. She lost a handle on it, picks it up, gives it to Tauke, who had it knocked out of her hands. Picked up and controlled by Walkup. Back out to Tauke. Drives to the right elbow. Walkup in the right corner. Drives baseline. Tried to stop, and as she slipped, the ball was picked up by Comito, who had a foot out of bounds. So no harm done for the Dutch. They won't reset the shot clock. Pella needs to know that. They've got 11 to shoot. And the inbounds from Walkup to Shekel. Left-hand dribble. Pass it off to Tauke. 8 to shoot.
Got to get something going here to the rim.
Comito all over Shekel. They're double teaming her. Katie, right elbow jumper is off the front of the rim. No good. And rebounded by Carlisle. 34-30 Pella. 3:05 to go in the game. Comito for 3. No good. Too strong. Shekel grabs her 7th board for the Dutch. And then out of bounds off Carlisle.
When did you say was the last Carlisle basket?
I don't have the exact time, but around the 2-minute mark of the third quarter.
Wow.
And we've got 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Remember, Pella went on a more than 6-minute stretch without a bucket in the first half. Carlisle returning the favor here at the most important point of the game. Still just a 4-point game, 34-30. Shekel to change that. Boom! Katie Shekel for three. It is now a 17-0 Pella run, and they lead 37-30 with 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
What a gutsy play. You know, Shekel's hurting too. He's got that abdomen strain or whatever. Buries the three from the corner.
That gives Pella a 37-30 lead. And in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. If you clicked the radio off or switched over to something else on the TV when Pella went down 30-20, again, it was a 10-0 Carlisle run, and the Dutch had nothing going right. It has been a complete 180 since then, and Pella has scored 17 in a row in basically a quarter. It was right around now that Carlisle went cold themselves, and Pella's got a 37-30 lead, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Well, and you called it at halftime, Trevor. You said, you know, if you just play the law of averages, right, Pella eventually is going to get something to fall. I think really credit the Pella coaching staff, too, because I might have lost my marbles after 1 of 20 shooting to start, but they just keep encouraging their girls to fire it up, and they've been going down now as they found their confidence.
Comito misses a shot. It's rebounded by Thompson, and she draws a Carlisle foul. It was Jenna Oltman who broke the seal, and that's the 5th foul, by the way, on Smith. So she is done. No points, 2 rebounds tonight. But it was Oltman who broke the seal and then got a 3-point play to make it 30-26 late in the third quarter, and then Long gave Pella the lead, and then Shekel just extended it. I mean, now I don't want to say they're coming in bunches, but it just took one to get a little confidence and a little rhythm going for the Dutch.
Well, and I think the other thing, we've seen a little more patience on offense, right? They've faked that three and gone around the horn, found some penetration and kick out opportunities, or drive and dish. So it's been good to see them grow as this game has gone on.
37-30, Pella leads by a touchdown with 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Comito knocks it out of the hands of Walkup. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Carlisle, and then almost stolen on the other end, and we get a shot that's no good, and a foul on Pella.
A late whistle, and I don't know if it fell out of his mouth, but could barely hear it.
That'll send Kira Fist to the line on Maggie Thompson's second foul. Oh, pardon me. I thought that it was Fist with the ball. It, in fact, is Stoner at the free throw line. And that's 3 missed free throws in this quarter by Carlisle. So they've had a chance to score from the charity stripe and have not. Here's another one by Stoner, and it's also no good.
Great rebound by Shekel.
Then a ill-advised pass by Shekel. The ball was saved out of bounds by Comito, but it stays with Pella.
Great heads-up play by Comito. Almost got it. She's leaving it all out there tonight.
19.6 rebounds for Macy Comito. She's also got multiple steals and blocks as well. Here's Shekel, shot fake, drive, lean in.
Nice.
Yes. Katie Shekel now has 5 all in this quarter. A big 3 a moment ago. That bucket stretches Pella's lead to 9, and Carlisle all of a sudden is in some serious trouble. Here's a drive and a shot, and that finally ends the Pella run. A 19-0 Dutch run. Their lead is down to 7, 39-32.
And Carlisle applying the pressure. Coach Forsyth needs a timeout.
And he gets a Pella Motors timeout. And see, 30 or full here. It is a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. 1:23 to go, fourth quarter, 39-32 Dutch, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
2024 is coming to a close, but you don't have to wait until 2025 to start looking for your next home. Hi, I'm Brendan Foudy with Pella Real Estate Services, and the inventory and options for homes and acreages on the local market are growing. I'd love to visit with you about exactly what you're looking for and start the process of finding the perfect place for you. We're all in the holiday mindset, but if you're in the new home mindset, we're here to help. Call me or any member of our team at 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services. Happy holidays.
At Pella Insurance, we strive to provide you with bend-over-backwards service to protect your home, auto, business, farm, life, and health. We are a local, independent agency that has been serving the Pella community for over 30 years. Our mission is to provide you with a more holistic approach to your insurance needs. With an access to a multitude of industry-leading carriers, we are focused on assisting our customers with protecting and maximizing their assets, resources, and opportunities. When you think local, think Pella Insurance. For an agency that is here for you, call Pella Insurance at 641-628-9235.
Welcome back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube alongside Phil Hemming. I'm Trevor Castle, and our score is Pella 39, Carlisle 32. Out of the Pella Motors timeout, Dutch have the ball into the backcourt with Emerson Wogan with a high right-hand dribble. She'll hand it off to Kelsey Tauke at the 10-foot volleyball line with Pella moving from right to left. Jenna Oltman has it right wing, swings it to Tauke in front of the Pella bench. Her post pass is knocked away and stolen away. A 14th Pella turnover. Carlisle trying to cut into this 7-point deficit.
Yeah, Coach Forsyth, wanting to wind that thing all the way down, went a little early there.
Fists three is no good.
Great.
Rebound battled for.
Great job.
And a Carlisle player hits the deck as Thompson was jostling for the ball. I believe they called a jump ball. They did. It will be Pella ball on the arrow. So let's give you a game reset wired by Center Point Electric as we're under a minute to go. 53 seconds to go in the game. Pella 39, Carlisle 32. The possession arrow will now flip to Carlisle. The Wildcats have 3 fouls. The Dutch have 2. And that's a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Inbounds pass to Walkup. Comito draped all over her. Gets it back to Shekel. And Shekel fouled. And that's what Carlisle wants to do. That's their 4th. They've got to start the free throw game here.
Yep. Pella just needs to be strong with the ball, make 100% accurate passes here. No 50-50 balls, no reason to take a chance, take a gamble. There's Wogan.
Inbounds pass. Wogan has it. She's got a clear
Just
path to the basket.
Dribble out.
Great screen by Thompson to get her free, and Wogan decides to burn clock rather than try a layup. Wogan has it out near the half-court line now. Carlisle's bench is calling for them to foul, and then Wogan takes one across the side of the face, and that'll be a foul on Brooke White, which will send Emerson Wogan to the line for 2 free throws as the Dutch are now in the bonus on Carlisle's 5th foul. And remember, a new rule that was instituted last year is the fouls by quarter. So it's 5 fouls in the quarter, 2 shots at the line, no more 1-and-1s. First free throw, no good. Do you like that particular rule change from last year, Phil?
We'll see, right? Like, I wasn't sold on the shot clock either right away. I was nervous about it. Was nervous about the free throw rule. But, my eyes were fixed on Coach Forsyth educating the officials there on you cannot yell foul. This is an intentional foul. And he kindly reminded the official that the entire Carlisle bench was standing up screaming foul.
I mean, you could have a code word. I mean, you could have code word,
red,
yes.
Buzz, something that, is aggressive, but you can't yell foul there at the end of the game.
Wogan made 1 of 2, and then on the other side, a foul was called on Wogan. Pella still has 1 more to give. Left elbow jumper hits the heel of the rim and then kindly falls through, gently drops through. And as Katie Shekel gets the inbounds pass, we've got a whistle and a foul called on White. So back to the line go the Dutch. And Shekel will be the one for Pella. She did not score in the first 3 quarters. She made most of her impact rebounding. Had 6 rebounds through 3 quarters, and now she goes to the line. She's got 5 points and 8 boards for the game. And the first one is good. You don't have to score to impact the game, Phil.
No, she did a lot of things, and I think just being out here, her presence, she handles the ball well for a big. She does a lot of things. She gets her teammates involved, and just her presence and battling through that injury she had means a lot to this team.
Both free throws good. That'll about ice it. There's 14 seconds to go. A spinning step-back three by Comito is off the mark, and it's rebounded by Maggie Thompson and into the hands of Wogan into the front court. She's pushed from behind by Thomas. That should be intentional. There's only 2.5 seconds to go, so my suspicion is that the officials will just let it go as a common foul, and they do, and it'll send Wogan to the line. But 2 hands firmly in the back, pushing extended. That is as intentional as it gets.
No attempt at the ball. He's going to warn the official on that one, or warn the coach.
First free throw by Wogan is good. And it's all the same, right? Whether Pella gets the ball on an intentional here or Carlisle, there's 2.5 seconds left. It doesn't matter, but the point does. And the rebound on the miss by Comito, and that is the ball game.
It's call it. That's it.
Wogan committed a foul.
Yeah, but whether or not this goes down doesn't impact the outcome.
Well, and this is where Coach Forsyth has to, he's got to talk to Emerson, and there's absolutely no reason to even be close to committing a foul there. There's 2 seconds left in the game. We're up 9. Let's just get into the locker room and go celebrate this one.
Well, they're going to put time back on the clock to validate this, I guess.
Well, you'd have to. It can't be a 0 second. I wouldn't think. Comito misses the free throw. That seems a little silly at this point, but I guess every point counts. Or every point doesn't count because Comito misses them. Now what?
It's been easier for
Was that
her
an intentional foul?
No, they're just. I guess
she got 3 foul shots.
Well, it was a 3-point attempt. So
they said that she was shooting that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
I didn't. Okay.
Little work. It's early in the season for the players. It is for the officials too. So saw a little blunder there.
That's
the end.
a little whimper to the end of what was a thrilling comeback victory for Pella. We'll talk about it in our post-game show, which is coming right up. Pella 43, Carlisle 35. Post-game coverage right after this on KRLS.
As fall season rolls on, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team you up with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination line of tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
In today's age of electronic marketing, studies still show that direct mail printing is the most cost-effective way to reach your targeted audience. Hi, I'm Scott Visser with Pella Printing, and let us show you how print can dramatically increase your bottom line with a targeted direct mail campaign. Pella Printing can develop a direct mail piece using your existing customer list, or we can acquire a targeted demographic list for you. This way, your marketing message will get directly into the hands of those customers that like and need your product. Pella Printing, where craftsmanship and technology meet.
Winter driving will happen at any time. Stay safe with Midtown Tire. Right now, get a $70 instant rebate on a set of Bridgestone tires or $60 instant rebate on Firestone tires. Plus, alignments are just $40, helping you drive straight and safe all season long. Don't wait. Midtown Tire and Pella has the deals to keep you rolling.
No hassle, no waiting. Rebates made simple at Midtown Tire in Pella.
Subject to credit approval. Restrictions apply. See Midtown Tire for details.
Vanderlinden Services is your trusted family-owned plumbing and HVAC business. I'm Austin Vanderlinden. Our team has years of experience and commitment to treating every customer like family, and our trusted technicians take pride in their work. Plus, we offer the best in York HVAC residential and commercial systems. Call me today for reliable, friendly service that you can trust. Vanderlinden Services, the best for the job.
As Pella Community Schools is preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve, band director Damian Place appreciates that there's an expectation of excellence that exists.
I think that sometimes we maybe lose sight of that. It's hard to establish an expectation for excellence, and it can take a long time to establish the idea that what we do every day is going to be excellent.
Preparing everyone to learn, lead, and achieve. Pella Community Schools. Pella!
'Twas the night before Christmas. Santa looked all around. Not one little reindeer was to be found. He decided Two Rivers Car Troll all go to fill up his car since it was fairly low. He would not disappoint. His timing was right. Thank goodness for Two Rivers. The Car Troll pumps open all night.
Even Santa loves saving 4 cents off every gallon of gas at Two Rivers Car Troll pumps in Pella and Otley. Use your Two Rivers local card and you'll save 4 cents off every gallon of gas every time you fill up. Happy holidays from Pella's only locally owned gas station, Two Rivers Cooperative.
Welcome into post-game coverage at Pella High School as the Pella High girls have defeated Carlisle by a final score of 43-35. We'll start post-game coverage with our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency, and we'll start first with Pella, who had 9 players score, 8 each from Maggie Thompson and Jenna Oltman, 7 for Katie Shekel, 5 for Cameron Long, 4 each for Kelsey Tauke, Michaela Vincent, 3 points for Emma Walkup, and 2 points for Maddie Harmon. For Carlisle, 20 points for Macy Camito, 9 for Cammie Clark, and then 2 points each for Mally Stoner, Natalie Ramsey, and Logan Brown. Carlisle does win the rebounding battle, 43-35, led by 8 from Logan Brown. Pella got 8 from Katie Shekel and 6 from Maggie Thompson. You know, one difference in a close game, Pella went 11 of 17 at the free throw line. Carlisle was just 2 of 9. So Pella wins a game by 8, in which they make 9 more free throws than Carlisle. And those are our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you at the Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. And as we look at our McCall Monument Radio Monumental play and player of the game, to me, Phil, at least statistically, and it played out as we saw it with the eye test, you know, this was a game not necessarily by design for Carlisle. I don't mean this as a negative, but this was a player versus a team, right? Camito was the player of the game. She scored 20. She was the best player on the floor. She impacted the game in a lot of different areas, but Pella had more players involved, and in the end, it was their team effort that finally dug them out of that 10-point hole in the third quarter.
Yeah, I'm fine with Camito getting it for Carlisle. I think for Pella, you know, the spark Jenna Oltman gave them was huge.
And to me, that's our play of the game. It was that 1 minute little stretch late in the third quarter. Pella's down 30-20. They've missed, we're not keeping a shot chart, but at least 15 three-pointers. They were like, let's call it 1 of 16.
Yeah. And
Oltman nails a 3. They get a stop, and they come down, and Oltman gets an old-school three-point play. Dutcher right back in it. That sparks a 19-0 run to win the game.
Well, and it gave everybody else energy. I have a fun time following Coach Forsyth on Twitter. He gives a money player award to one of his players. They get a big old dog chain with the money sign on it that he gives to each player, or to one player every night that kind of brought the energy. So I'll be excited to see who that is. And then a close second for me is Shekel. She's injured. She doesn't play well in the first half. She comes back, gives her team energy, scores some points down the stretch. Really, Pella did a much better job. I know we lost the rebound margin, but it got closer and closer as the game wore on.
Well, we were down 10 boards in the first quarter and lost the battle by 8. So the final 3 quarters were +2 on the glass.
Yeah, and then you can go on and on and on and on, because I thought Thompson did a great job on the boards. I thought Vincent came in, gave us a spark, also did a nice job on the boards and commanding space in the middle of the lane. So just like you said, a total team effort from Pella to a gutsy win from a very good team and a very good player in Carlisle's Camito.
And a second straight ranked win for Pella. Beat number 13 Keokuk on Tuesday and number 12 Carlisle tonight. And that's our McCall Monument Radio Monumental play and player of the game. When it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own memorial, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer, McCall Monument, on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Phil, bring this one home. What are your final thoughts? Let's go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank.
You know, I think this is going to be a very, very good young team that Coach Forsyth has. They've got some great experience before the break, the holiday break that's coming up. And I really look for them in the second half to beat some teams maybe that other people write them off again. So I'm looking forward to it. You could see, we talked about growth. We saw growth throughout the game and improvement. And that's really what this season is about, as Pella tries to reload with this group of girls they have.
In closing has been presented by Lighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. Pella 43, Carlisle 35. That's the final score in the girls' game. The boys' game is coming up next here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live.
Our holiday meat certificate and pie promotion is back again this year at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella. When you make any purchase of $599 or more this holiday season, you'll get a free Pella Nursery pie and a meat certificate to one of the local meat markets. This merry meal deal is yours with any purchase of $599 or more, whether it's appliances, furniture, bedding, accessories, or anything else in the store. Merry Christmas from our entire family at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Van Gorp Edwards Insurance is an independent agency representing many of the top insurance companies. They offer insurance coverage on home and auto, business and manufacturing, farm, agribusiness, and crop insurance, as well as personal health, life, and long-term care. With this kind of flexibility, they'll provide you with the best insurance package to build the best option risk portfolio to meet your needs. Switching insurance companies isn't as hard as you think. Call Van Gorp Edwards Insurance today to find out how easy it really is.
Gordon & Associates Ltd. has offices in Oskaloosa and Creston, and they serve clients throughout most of Iowa. With more than 70 years of service and a growing staff of highly qualified employees, they provide clients with assistance in water treatment, distribution, wastewater collection and treatment, street construction and renovation, stormwater management, and residential, commercial, and industrial developments, in addition to a variety of specialty projects. Today, Gordon & Associates Ltd. continues to grow and prosper, building upon the solid foundation of its predecessors. Give Gordon & Associates a call today at 641-672-2526.
If you're experiencing occasional or frequent urine leaks, Pella Regional Urology Clinic can help. Managing incontinence effectively is possible for many women. Treatment options may include exercises, medications, injections, or surgical procedures. The truth is, leaking urine is not a normal part of aging, and you don't have to struggle with the embarrassing symptoms of incontinence. Call Pella Regional Urology Clinic at 641-621-2383 to schedule your appointment today.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day. He'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
All throughout the Pella community, you see touches of Holland and classic Dutch architecture, but there's one place that truly takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam, the Molengraat Plaza just south of the square. With a beautiful brick wall featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and a classic old-world atmosphere, you'll find Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You could even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Christmas time is here, and Vandenberg's Greenhouse in Albia is your place to feel the spirit. Shop the unique selection of home decor, wonderful Christmas gift ideas, including a special collection of toys for the kids. Vandenberg's Greenhouse has gift certificates in any denomination. Christmas time is here. Celebrate it with a stop at Vandenberg's Greenhouse north of Albia on Highway 5, worth a short drive.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Welcome back to Pella Community High School and our coverage of Pella High basketball here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. The Pella High girls a 43-35 victory over Carlisle. And now it's time for the boys game. And We're not playing the Wildcats. We're playing the defending 1A state champions from Grandview Christian. This is our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast, amazing opponent on the other side of the floor, Phil. When you bring the 1A champs to town, anytime you're a state champ. And don't get us wrong, folks. Just because they're the 1A state champs and Pella's a 3A contender, this is not that kind of a mismatch. Grandview can hang with anybody.
Yeah, there's a reason Coach Forsyth reached out to him, put these guys on their schedule. He's made it very intentional to schedule a very difficult, complicated non-conference schedule. He'll go to Keokuk. He'll go, wherever it takes him to get quality matchups, because at the end of the day, I think he's learned, here at Pella in the Little Hawkeye, you've got to play your best basketball in March. And this is a battle-tested team coming off a state championship. It's going to help prepare Pella for that late tournament run.
Pella High comes in at 1-1. They drop their opener to Norwalk. Grandview Christian is 3-0. And let's dive right into our McCall Monument, monumental radio keys to the game. One of the things that Coach Schulte liked about this week, this is not a big Pella team, right? I mean, we don't have much size. We definitely don't have what you'd consider a traditional big. Well, Keokuk did, and Grandview Christian, again, does. And that's one of the keys tonight. How can Pella do what they need to do defensively to not get beat up inside?
Yeah, and I think they proved that at Keokuk that they could do that. I know Jack didn't have his best offensive game, but he did enough defensively to allow his teammates to produce and get the win. I'll say this too. The wear and tear many of these kids had on that football season, right? They just haven't had their sea legs yet. Right. They don't have their basketball conditioning. So many things that, and it was a very, very sloppy game at Norwalk, and so I think the key for me tonight is, are we going to value the basketball? And I know that's something Coach Schulte really, really wants. I think you said defend the post, and I'm gonna say this too. I think Braden Trado, first game wasn't there, second game picked it up. I think he's a big key to this group. We need production out of him as a point guard. Got to get other guys involved, start the fast break, and I think he's on his way to doing that.
The other thing that Coach Schulte is really working with his team on this year, maybe more than any other year, is shot efficiency. They want good shots. He's very much, and from day one when Coach Schulte took over this program, he made no bones about it. They want to hunt what is a quality shot, and in modern basketball, that's either a three-pointer or a layup. Mm-hmm. But not all three-pointers are created equal either, right? I mean, good three-pointers are good shots. Getting your teammates open for easy layups are good shots. That's what Pella's continuing to work on early in the season.
Yeah, and I've heard him say in a couple of his interviews, too, that he's really focused on, getting steals and then creating easy baskets in transition. And so I think I'd add that to your list of quality layups, quality threes, and then also letting your defense become your offense. I think, if Pella can do that, it doesn't matter the size, right? Like, you can put a 7-footer out there. They're not going to want to run with you, 96 feet. If you can do that for 48 minutes, or I shouldn't say 48.
32 minutes.
32 minutes.
Could end up 48 minutes.
I've been watching a little different ball.
4 OTs?
Yeah.
Is that what we have in store for us tonight, Phil?
I hope not.
That's our McCall Monument. That'd be a pretty good game if we go 4 OTs, bud. Hey, don't burden your loved ones with planning your memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan your memorial and trust the family at McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Let's check the starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services. The Dutch will go with Jack McGuire, Colin Current, Tyson Barnes, Braden Trado, and Austin Schulte. That's McGuire, Current, Barnes, Trado, and Schulte. And for Grandview Christian, it's Jamison Schomburg, Emiliano Barantes, Thomas Childs, Braden Hoban, and Colton Hoban. Schomburg, Barantes, Childs, Hoban, and Hoban for Grandview Christian. And those are the starting lineups presented by Vanderlinden Services, a family-based business that treats their customers like family. For any plumbing and HVAC services that you need, call Austin at Vanderlinden Services. Our colors of the game are presented by Spain Painting in Pella, and both teams have green. Pella's in their white jerseys with the green lettering and numerals and trim, and Grandview Christian is in their black jerseys with the green lettering and numerals and trim. It's white and green for Pella, black and green for Grandview Christian. Tonight's colors of the game presented by Spain Painting. Whether it's interior or exterior paint or a garage epoxy floor, Levi would love to talk to you about a new look for your home or business. Check them out online online at Spain-painting.com. This is Pella High basketball powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, Knoxville, Pella, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being. Whatever that is for you, Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
And as they lower the lights here, and we're just a moment away from our opening tip, presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Our game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. It is 13 degrees. Don't worry, the temperature is going to climb back up over the next few days, but 13 degrees, nice and cozy and comfortable inside of the Pella High School gym, and hopefully wherever you're enjoying our broadcast tonight. But if your home isn't staying comfortable during our upcoming cold Iowa winter, make sure to call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, because you'll always rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
All right, we're finishing the starting lineups. The opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Just a moment away. Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. If you missed it earlier tonight on a Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio update, the Pella girls used a 19-0 run from late in the third quarter to midway through the fourth quarter to turn a 30-20 deficit into a 43-35 win, their second consecutive win over a top 15 team. Introductions are in the books, and we are ready for boys high school basketball here on KRLS. All right, Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio update. End of the first quarter, Pella Christians girls basketball in action tonight at Van Meter, 9-9. Here we go, Phil. Couple of teams with definite Wells Fargo Arena aspirations here in a few months.
Should be a good matchup. Looking forward to it.
It is McGuire and Barantes. Ball is in the air. And this matchup of state tournament hopefuls is underway here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. Grandview Christian ball right to left. Pella defending the left goal in their home white jerseys, and we get a cutting layup for Schaumburg, and Grandview Christian strikes first 2-zip.
There's a nice wheel cut there.
Barnes at the top of the key, wanted the dribble handoff. It's not there. Instead, it's Trado. Knocked away from behind. McGuire will drive left baseline, kick it out. Braden from dead on for three. Boom! Nice. Braden Trado, who, as you mentioned, struggled mightily in the season opener. That's behind him. He played well Tuesday night, and he starts this one with a 3. 3-2 Dutch. The answer from Grandview Christian is no good. Rebound off Trado. No. They'll say Dutch ball.
Yeah, I think the Grandview Christian guy got up in there, knocked it out.
3-2 Pella. We've played 45 seconds. Dutch ball with Barnes. Right-hand dribble into the corner for Austin Schulte. He'll drive right baseline, tries a reverse layup, swatted away, and rebounded by Barantes. That's what the big man can do inside for Grandview Christian. Now the Thunder out near the half-court circle, controlled by Schaumburg. Fires it right side. Schulte defending Hoban to the high post. Back down, fall away shot, good.
Nice.
Hoban gives Grandview Christian a 4-3 lead, a minute and a half into the game. Jack McGuire with it for Pella. Now Trado, left side, right-hand dribble, Kern, spin move in the lane, got his defender in the air, leaves it for Barnes. 15-footer in the left corner is no good. Tyson grabs his own rebound and give Pella another chance. It's Kern, try to wrap around pass to Barnes, ends up in McGuire's hands. His 3 is no good, and it's rebounded by the Thunder. Grandview Christian leads 4-3, coming the other way. Schaumburg, skip pass. Hoban's 3 no good. Tracks down his own offensive rebound,
nice
then blocked by Barnes and rebounded by the senior. Here comes Trado, spin move. Back out to Tyson, around a Schulte screen. Now onto the baseline, McGuire, one-on-one with the much bigger Barantes. Fall away shot spins out, no good, and rebounded by the Thunder.
Tough shot by Jack, fadeaway.
Three-pointer, rims out off the backboard, no good. Austin Schulte, the Pella board. 4-3, Grandview Christian leads the Pella High boys with 5:40 to go in the first quarter. And now the Dutch will slowly set it up with Braden Trado.
Boy, Schulte filled it up in the fourth quarter the other night at Keokuk.
He had maybe the shot of the game. Shot clock winding down, hit a 3 that stretched a 1-point lead to 4 late. There's a missed shot. Eventually, the rebound bounces around into the hands of Hoban. So it's Grandview Christian ball with a 4-3 lead. Drive inside, knock away by Trado. First turnover of the game. Trado the other way, layup, good, and one. Braden Trado does it all. The steal, the layup, and the foul.
Yeah, Trado with our first 5. Talked about how important it is for him to help this team get going. That time he gets the steal, and then turns it into offense, chance at the old school 3.
And the first free throw is good. And, it's part of the reason that his struggles in that opener against Norwalk were so compounded is him and Jack were the ones that you expected to come in ready to go, right? All the rest of the guys were the football guys that you talked about that are kind of getting their sea legs still underneath them.
Well, and I'll say this. I don't want to pick on officials, but there were 5 traveling calls in that first game,
right? Which
I think 4 of them I wouldn't have called. Like, at no level are those traveling calls. But for some reason, you get a crew and they just want to hammer, old school rule book travels. And, Trado struggled with that, and I think it got in his head a little bit. But tonight, not the case. This group here, they saw the Euro step. They saw the 2-foot jump stop. They're going to let him play.
Well, and the other piece of it is a fall-away shot here by Grandview Christian. Rims out, no good. Rebound, Barnes. A season opener at Norwalk is no picnic either, Phil.
No. I don't know. Gonna have to talk to Mr. Fouch
I don't know why that keeps getting. It's like every year you look at, we're at Norwalk to start the year again. Trado, great drive, leaves Current in the corner for 3, short, no good. Gets his own rebound, and then he drives, and his pass is tipped out of bounds.
Well, and you'd think with the little Hawkeye losing teams that we could figure out a night to replace somebody else's so that we wouldn't have to play that game.
6-4, Pella with the lead with 4:15 to go here in the first quarter. The Dutch lead the defending Class 1A boys state basketball champions from Grandview Christian. They are up in 2A this year. And my understanding, I apologize if this is wildly inaccurate, but my understanding is they asked to be moved up to 2A. They wanted the better competition. 3-ball, right corner. Jack McGuire splashes it down. If Jack can add that shot to his game this year, he is going to be a dangerous player. 9-4 Pella. Knocked away from behind by Current. Now drive down the left side of the lane. We've got a whistle and a foul on the floor on Pella. Trado was there. McGuire was there.
Yeah, I think Jack has improved a lot at the free throw line as well. I've noticed those first 2 games. Shoots with a lot of confidence that I don't think last year maybe he had. I think that's a big area of growth. And then, like you said, if he can consistently knock down that 3-point, makes him a nightmare matchup for the opponent.
9-4 with the Dutch lead by 5, and a pass into the lane is stolen away by Tyson Barnes. Second Grandview Christian turnover. Here comes McGuire the other way. Weaving his way through traffic, spins to the lane, draws the foul on Nolan Sherwood Garnett, and Jack McGuire will go to the line. A year ago, if I was playing Pella and defending McGuire and he's open in the corner, I'm just daring him to shoot. If you close out on Jack, he's got the quickness and the athletic ability and that dangerous spin move to get to the lane. But if he adds that 3-point shot, you don't want to let him just camp out there and let it fly.
No. Yeah, and here I said he's improved to the free throw line, misses the first, but I mean, he's just done such a good job already in this early season of taking the ball to the rim, and now the 3-point shot, really just gives Pella so many weapons out there. And Michael Manning, by the way, just checked in. Boy, he let it fly at Norwalk. That was fun to watch.
He's always been a shooter, Phil.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, let it fly with confidence too.
10-4. Pella's in the midst of a 7-0 run, and Manning is hounding Schomburg defensively, and maybe a little too handsy there by the junior Manning. First foul on Manning, 3rd team foul with 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Pella 10, Grandview Christian 4. Dutch are in the midst of a 7-0 run to take a 4-3 deficit into a 10-4 advantage. Here's a very high screen about 25 feet away from the bucket. Starts the Grandview offense. Schomburg has it left corner. They work it up to the top of the key. Three-pointers left well short. Flat. Rebounded by Kearns. Ahead to a twisting layup by Hoekstra that won't fall. And it's rebounded by the Thunder.
I thought maybe Big Teagan was going to dunk that.
Here's a three, right corner on the way from Sherwood Garnett, no good. Hoekstra and McGuire both there for the rebound, and Teagan comes away with it for Pella. 10-4 Dutch. McGuire ahead of the pack, kicks it into the corner. Dribble drive on the baseline. Trado dumps the pass to Schulte, spins into a double team, kicks it out. Three-pointer Manning. Boom! Michael Manning pick it up where he left off, and it's 13-4 Dutch. Nine-point Pella advantage. A 10-0 Dutch run. And a tip away, almost stolen by Pella, loose on the floor. They wanted a foul, but a travel rather, but a foul is called on McGuire. Well, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, this was a 4-3 Grandview Christian lead. Pella scored 10 in a row, and the Dutch have a 13-4 edge. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Grandview Christian right to left in black and green. Three-pointer Barantes, no good. They continue to struggle from deep. Hoban got the rebound. Second chance, no good. Another putback attempt, no good. And the rebound finally cleared by McGuire. Miss after miss from the Thunder, and Pella trying to add to a 9-point lead. McGuire driving down the left side of the lane, threw it off the bottom of the backboard and out of bounds for Pella's first turnover of the night. Here comes Nate Warner and Harry Mullins.
That's a tough pass for Jack to make on the double team. I'd like to see him maybe go to the baby hook, shoot that.
All right, Grandview Christian down by 9. Minute 40 to go, first quarter. Three-pointer, no good. Warner, great positioning for a Pella rebound. Mullins pushes it ahead to Manning. Great look, Trado in transition. The easy layup for Braden Trado. Terrific ball movement for the Dutch. 15-4, Pella leads Grandview Christian. Three-point step back, short, no good. Another Warner rebound. McGuire was ahead of the pack. They finally get it to him, who passes it back to Warner. Kick out to Mullins, and Pella will set up the offense. Warner, right corner. That's really not his spot. Now back to Mullins, and with Trado at a minute to go. First quarter, Pella up by 11. Top of the key, Warner. McGuire left corner. Slowly walks it inside. Ooh, Warner was open, flashed for a second. Down to 9 to shoot with Trado. Right side, McGuire. He'll launch the three. Short, no good. Gets his own rebound. Drives in strong. Gets the basket. Give him the foul. And one. 16-4 Dutch if McGuire can make the free throw. Pardon me, it's 17-4. Let's get one more.
Very early in basketball, you learn, follow your shot, right? Jack does that, easy rebound, and crashes in for the three-point play.
And makes the free throw. McGuire's got 7. Trado has 8. And the Dutch have an 18-4 lead. This is a 15-0 run.
I would not suspect this is something Grandview Christian often faces. He's getting punched in the mouth like this in the first quarter. Be interesting to see how Coach Stubbs and his staff respond here.
Here's a drive down the right side of the lane, and the shot is up and good. They finally break the seal with Hoban. And now Pella. Mullins, high rainbow three from the left corner, no good. And rebounded by Sherwood Garnett. 18-6 the score. Pella leads by 12. Here's a drive. Oh, Mullins almost ripped away a steal, and then a travel is called on Grandview Christian. With 5.2 seconds to go in the quarter, Pella will get the last possession of the frame. Schulte checks back in. 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. Inbounds to Trado across the half-court line. Sprinting up, he's double-teamed, lost the ball. And it's a turnover on Pella as it lands harmlessly in Grandview Christian's hands at the end of the first quarter. Pella 18, Grandview Christian 6. Going to the second, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
That's you trying to fix the plumbing yourself to save a few bucks. Doing things yourself doesn't always end well. The same goes for insurance. That's why Auto Owners works with local independent agents who tailor coverage to meet your needs and offer discounts for life, home, car, and business insurance. Because sometimes you need a professional to get the job done right. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Burduff Agency in Pella, if Auto Owners make sense for you.
This holiday season, make every moment sparkle with Gardner Collier Jewelry's Christmas sale. From breathtaking diamond engagement rings to vibrant colored stone jewelry, find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Now with holiday savings throughout the store. Treat them to a timeless watch or dazzle them with diamond earrings that say, you're truly one of a kind, because nothing compares to the magic of a Gardner Collier box under the tree. Visit us this season to make your holiday unforgettable. Gardner Collier Jewelry, where every gift means more.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Trevor Castle, Phil Hemming with you here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. We do have a Midtown Tire instant radio update. Midtown Tire and Auto Spa. Ames 46, Indianola 38 in girls basketball action tonight. Here, the Pella High boys with an 18-6 lead over Grandview Christian. Second half of action. Griffin Simpson checks into the game, drives inside, spins, and tries to kick it back out to Michael Manning and throws it away. So that's 2 turnovers on the last 2 possessions for Pella.
Yeah, and, I'm going to guess right here, Grandview Christian got a little talking to out of the break, and they're going to make a solid run here. Pella's got to value that basketball, not give them any easly baskets.
Well,
nice
inside, there's an easy basket, or as easy as it's going to get. Barante scores, and it's 18-8. Little mini 4-point burst for the Thunder. Cut an 18-4 deficit down to 10. Austin Schulte drives inside. Wraparound pass back out to Griffin Simpson. His pass to Tyson Barnes. 17-foot jumper won't go. Harry Mullins had his hand on the rebound and knocked it out of bounds to the Thunder. Quick note on that Grandview Christian 1A, 2A situation. They asked to be moved up to 2A this year because enrollment will be moving them up to 2A next year. So getting a little early taste of 2A action.
Yeah. And a beautiful new facility I know is underway there for them. Might even be open.
7 minutes to go, second quarter. Pella 18, Grandview Christian 8. Here's a Thunder 3. Boom. Sherwood Garnett knocks it down. That's 7 in a row, and the Thunder have halved what was once a 14-point Pella lead. Manning gets it inside to Schulte. Leans in with a shoulder and then a fall-away shot that's no good, and it's rebounded by Hoban. And here's that run that you were talking about from Grandview Christian that you suspected. Drop step, drive, Sherwood Garnett tied up by Simpson, comes back down onto the floor. That is a jump ball, and the arrow, that'll keep it with Grandview Christian. It's not a travel, it is a jump ball, and the arrow is with the Thunder. Another Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio update. Pella Christian's girls lead Van Meter 22-19 at halftime. They were looking for a lob dunk inside, but it was tipped by Pella, stolen by Tyson Barnes. And then on the other end, Simpson gets his three-pointer blocked and corralled by Hoban. So now the Thunder down 18-11 with the ball with 6:23 to go here in the second quarter. Pella boys basketball live on 92.1 KRLS. Simpson hounding Schomburg, and a carry. Griffin Simpson, carry, right?
Yeah, well, carry or travel. I didn't see the call, but jumped the dribble there.
All right, Dutch have it with Kurnt, Mullins, Schulte, Simpson, and Barnes. A lot of blonde hair on the court right now, Phil. Here's Schulte on the drive. Double team, kick out, Mullins for 3, left corner. Rattles out, no good. But Colin Kern in amongst 3 defenders, grabs the rebound and resets it for Pella. Schulte on the drive.
Nice
Wraparound pass, Barnes! Basket and a foul! Dribble penetration by Schulte. Eyes up, Barnes ready to catch and score.
Yeah, you were talking about that blonde hair. We call that dome residue, right?
Okay, yep.
For those of you that don't know, the whole team dyed their hair blonde. I think my son was the first to cut it out.
He wasn't a fan?
It was the next day. So
Barnes converts the three-point play, and Pella's lead back to double digits. Dutch 21, Grandview Christian 11.
Nice steal
by Barnes. Run out layup. Good. Tyson Barnes for 2, and Barnes has 5 in a row. And Tyson Barnes with tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. With that 5-point little burst by Barnes, their 7-point lead has been stretched to 12. I'd imagine Tyson can dunk it, but he felt Emiliano Barantes breathing down his neck on that breakaway, and he figured he better take the easy 2 points.
Take the easy 2.
Inbounds pass swatted out of there by Griffin Simpson, but it'll stay Grandview Christian ball as Hookstra and McGuire and Trado check back in for Barnes and Simpson. And somebody else can't play with 6. There goes Mullins to the bench. 5:27 to go, second quarter. Pella with a 23-11 lead. Inbounds pass from Grandview Christian as they work from right to left. They've got it in their offensive end. Lob inside. Nice double team by Trado. It leaves an open shooter in the right corner for 3, and it's no good. And Jack McGuire gets the rebound, his second for Pella. Racing ahead. Eyes up ahead of the floor, and he gets it knocked away from behind, out of bounds. Game reset is wired by Center Point Electric. 23-11 Pella with 5:11 to go in the first half. Each team with 1 foul, and the possession arrow is with Pella on a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Here's a Trado drive. He misses the shot, but Tegan Hookster's right there for the easy stick back, and Pella's now got a 25-11 lead.
You know, I heard Andrew allude to it in the first game against Norwalk, giving Coach Schulte kind of a hard time about going 10 deep. He's done it again tonight. Rotated 10 players, and not usually what we see from him.
No, I mean, he'd usually want to lean towards 8, maybe 9, but 10 is 10 really unprecedented. This is a deep, you know, this junior and senior class together, very, very deep.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see a lot of guys getting experience and unique combinations. I mean, it's nice to be able to send Jack to the bench and put a guy like Tegan in, who's got that size to bang against Grandview Christian's big.
Missed shot. Schulte gets the rebound. Pella ball with Trado. And now back out to Kearns. Or, pardon me. Yeah, it's Collins.
Yeah. QB1.
Fall away, McGuire in the lane. Yes, tough shot by Jack. Pella continues to stretch its run here. It is now a 10-0 run. This is their second double-digit run of the half, and they've got a 16-point lead, 27-11 with 4:10 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, and doing exactly what Coach Schulte likes defensively is try to get deflections. Colin Current with the extra effort, just making it hard for them to get anything going here.
My apologies, it is a 9-0 run. It was 18-11, now 27-11 Dutch. Warner all over Barantes as he drives inside and travels.
Oh, fortunately, that's...
Nate Warner injured on the play. His right shoulder. They're going to get the players off the... Oh, boy. Yeah, that is not good for Nate. Let's go ahead and talk about In Case You Missed It, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. If you're just joining us, it was 4-3 Grandview Christian a couple of minutes into the game, and then Pella went on a 15-0 run to take an 18-4 lead. It was 18-6 at the end of the first quarter. Grandview Christian scored the first 5 of this second quarter, but Pella has gotten another run going, 9 in a row, and they have a 27-11 lead. And that is In Case You Missed It, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
And with an injured right shoulder, Nate Warner figured he didn't need to lay in the middle of the floor to get tended to, so he is able to hop up and go over. But all eyes are on Mr. Warner over in the tunnel. And back in action out of the Pella Motors injury timeout with a Tegan Hoekstra layup on a terrific pass from Braden Trado. More dribble penetration leading to easy buckets.
Yeah, nice layup from Tegan. Excellent pass, too.
Three-pointer, right corner, Grandview Christian, no good. Over the backboard, out of bounds to Pella. Dutch 28, Grandview Christian 11.
You see Dr. Vincent over there in the tunnel working on Nate. Let's hope it's not his shoulder.
New training team this year at Pella has worked by Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy. They've been a great training partner for Pella Christian for many, many years, and they've taken over the contract with Pella here as well this year. Drive by McGuire.
Nice.
Does a nice job of shielding off the defender with his left hand and scooping it up and in off glass with his right. 31-11. The Dutch lead by 20. Another three for Grandview Christian. That is way too strong, no good. But an offensive rebound is controlled by Barantes, and then on his reverse layup, it is good.
Boy, Barantes is a nice player. It was an excellent rebound and score there.
That ends a 13-0 Pella run. It's 31-13. Here's Schulte for three from the top of the key over a defender, no good, and Barantes has 7 rebounds. 2:26 to go, first half. Pella 31, Grandview Christian 13. Top of the key three for the Thunder, too strong, no good. Good positioning, it's all white underneath the glass, and it's Braden Trado who clears it out. Trado drives the other way. Cut off at the pass on the baseline, circles it back out to the right wing. Pella left to right in white and green with Austin Schulte. Drives in on his defender down the left side of the lane, stops, has it knocked out of his hands. It's picked up by McGuire. Jack with a right-hand dribble to the free throw line, spins in the lane, follow-away shot, swish. Jack McGuire, 13 first half points as the Dutch regain a 20-point lead. This has been an impressive first half from the Dutch.
That was a tough shot. Fade away off his back foot. Just was able to elevate.
Now a three-pointer on the way from Childs. Good for Grandview Christian. 33-16 Pella with 1:28 to go here in the first half. Trado, spin move. Tegan Hoekstra, top of the key. Catch and shoot three. Just to the left, no good. And when Emiliano Barantes is there, he gets the rebound. He's got 8 of them. Another three for Grandview Christian as William Seiler is struggling from that right corner. It goes out of bounds, Pella ball. Quick Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Earlier tonight, the Pella girls with a 43-35 victory over Carlisle. We'll be hearing from Blaine Forsyth coming up during our Central Tire and Auto radio halftime show. Pella Christian's girls lead Van Meter 22-19 at the half, and the Ames girls beat Indianola 46-38 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county. Braden Trado on a drive and a spin move and a travel.
Do have one other score update for you. Iowa State notched at 66.
Wow.
7:40 to go in the second. Number 3 Cyclones and the overachieving Hawkeyes tonight. Sounds like in a barn burner.
The Iowa women got them last night on a late rally. Here's a knockaway by Griffin. Simpson may have brushed the official, and then Simpson misses the layup on the other end, and it's rebounded by Childs for Grandview Christian, and then the ball lost out of bounds. Great pressure defense by Pella off the miss to get the ball back on the turnover. This is Pella High basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville Pella.
Let's make it happen.
Pella 33, Grandview Christian 16. Griffin Simpson step back three, just short, no good. Barnes had his hand on the rebound, but it comes down to Hoban. And here comes the Thunder the other way. Barantes underneath the bucket.
Nice
good
move.
pass, good catch, easy bucket. 33-18, last shot chance for the Dutch. Trado has it out at half court. No 5-second violation if you're dribbling the ball starting this year. Trado drives to the top of the key. 4 seconds to go in the half. Simpson catch and shoot three, no good. Mullins attempted to tip it, but it's rebounded by Schaumburg, and that takes us to intermission with the score. Pella 33, Grandview Christian 18. We'll have our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming right up.
Curious about how being a CNA at Hearthstone can bring joy to your life? With a $2,500 sign-on bonus, you can plan a vacation or pay off some bills. With a tuition reimbursement program of up to $3,000 a year, you can advance your career. And with flexible scheduling, you'll have the ability to enhance your work-life balance. There are immediate openings for both full-time and part-time CNAs. To learn more or to apply and bring joy to your life, visit wesleylife.org/Hearthstone and click Join Our Team. Or call 628-1244 and ask for Katie.
Did you know that Connecticut's physical therapy has occupational therapy for kids? They work with kids like me to help with paying attention in class, following directions at home and school, learning how to tie shoes, overall coordination, managing my big emotions, and more. We have a lot of fun at Kinetic Edge and work on these skills through moving and play. Visit KineticEdgeBT.com for more information.
This is Matt with Integrity Comfort Solutions, previously Lancer Home Service. We are excited to continue the business legacy left by the Lancer family with integrity and quality work. Our name change does not change what we do. We are still your plumbing, heating, and cooling experts, serving Pella, Knoxville, Oskaloosa, and more. If you're considering a new home, remodeling your existing space, or need your current equipment replaced, give us a call. To see all that we do, visit us at integrity-comfort.com.
Knoxville Hospital and Clinics is a proud supporter of our area youth and wish all athletes the best of luck as they compete in sports this year. At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, student athletes receive the area's best orthopedic care, physical therapy, and access to the latest technologies and equipment. When an injury puts you on the sidelines, trust our professionals to get you back in the game. For more information on our services and providers, visit knoxvillehospital.org. Good luck to all area athletes.
Welcome inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. The Pella boys with a 15-point lead over Grandview Christian, 33-18. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Let's quickly go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber for the Dutch. Jack McGuire with 13 points, Braden Trado 8, Tyson Barnes 5, Tegan Hoekstra 4, Michael Manning 3. 18-18 on the glass. The Dutch being led with 3 rebounds each from Barnes and Colin Current. Grandview Christian's got 8 from Emiliano Barantes and 6 from Brayton Hoban. Their leading scorer is Barantes with 6, and Hoban has 4. Turnovers 7 for Grandview Christian. Pella has 4. Inside the numbers has been delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. This is our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. It's our continuing coverage of Pella High girls basketball as we're visiting with Dutch head coach Blaine Forsyth following a 43-35 victory over Carlisle on Thursday night. Coach, congratulations on a well-fought victory, a big comeback victory. What'd you think about this one?
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, super proud of our girls. We've had a tough week, or really the last 2 weeks have been super tough. A lot of ranked opponents. So just to have the ability to play with toughness, play with grit, and come out with a win was huge for our girls. Carlisle's got a great team, and when you have a D1 player leading the charge, that makes it tough. And our girls came in with a lot of confidence and played extremely hard on the defensive end. Obviously, shots weren't falling, but we took care of business on the defensive end, and that led to some shots for us. So couldn't be more proud of our girls, just the way that they've responded from last week and come up with two big wins so far this week.
Well, the first half was really discombobulated by both teams. You went through a 6-ish minute stretch of the last 5.5 minutes of the first quarter and the first minute or so of the second quarter without scoring, yet kept it close because of your defense. What were you trying to tell the girls, just try to keep them in the game when shots weren't falling?
Yeah, we preach the defensive end, and so being able to get stops was huge for us. Taking care of the basketball was another big thing for us, and we had open looks, and we just kept telling the girls, be confident in your shot. If you have it, make sure your feet are set. Find an open teammate and trust that they're going to knock it down. So I was really happy with the shots that we were taking. You want to make every single one, and so we just kept playing our game, and we kept finding open players, and there late in the third quarter, we were able to get some to fall, and ultimately that was the difference.
Well, and at that point, and we'll get to Jenna Oltman here in a moment, you're down 30-20, and nothing is falling. I'm not keeping a shot chart, but I would guess you're 1 of 15 or something like that at the time from the three-point line. Am I close?
1 for 18. I think it was 1 for 18 at half. So.
Oh boy. Okay, so even worse at that point in time. Guess I'm trying to give you a little credit here, Coach.
We appreciate that.
But you're down 10 in a very low-scoring game, and it could be easy to think, how are we going to come back in this thing? And then Jenna gives you a huge spark. She hits a three to finally take the lid off, and then a three-point play seconds later. Felt like that just put you right back in the game.
That's a senior making a play, and Jenna's a player that is a high IQ basketball player, and we trust her to take those shots, and she finishes well around the rim. She uses her body well and shields off defenders, and that 6-point run in a low-scoring game was huge. So super proud of Jenna for those two plays and in the entire game, but just really provided that spark for us. And I don't know what the run ended up being, but it had 19-0 run. You barely score 19 in the first half, and then you score 19 in probably 8 to 10 minutes. So says a lot about our players, and we just kept preaching, your shots are going to fall. They ultimately fell, and that's what allowed us to kind of extend that lead.
We're visiting with Blaine Forsyth, head coach of the Pella girls basketball team. 43-35 win over Carlisle. Cameron Long's three finally gave you the lead in the fourth quarter, and then Katie Shekel, who hadn't scored in the game, she hits a three, and she actually finished the game with 7 points. And to me, this was, you mentioned the D1 player in Camito that Carlisle has. This was a team. I don't want to say that Carlisle's an individual. That's a big discredit to them. But, just kind of at a 10,000-foot level, team versus best player on the floor, and tonight the team won.
Yeah, and they do. They have a great team, and they have some girls that can hit some shots. And I felt like defensively we did a good job of fanning out to them and limiting the number of open three-point shots. There's a couple that we'd like to have, a couple possessions we'd like to have back. That number 23 got a couple shots off, and good players are going to make shots. So when you're playing 11 players and 13 players on our team, and all of them play an extremely important role for us in the things that we want to try to do, it says a lot about the group and how we're coming together and continuing to get better and play our best basketball.
The other stat that I thought was important, you're undersized, and in the rebounds, I had them plus 10 in the first quarter. And then for the game, plus 8. So that means you out-rebounded them by 2, probably off 1 or 2. But basically played them even on the glass in the last 3 quarters, and I thought that was huge.
Yeah, I was a little bit concerned after that first possession. I think they had 3 offensive boards. And we don't play a lot of zone, to be honest with you, and we haven't practiced our 2-3 all that much. So for our girls to just find that rhythm, and I thought we really attacked the ball in the air just as the game wore on, and that was huge for us. And whenever you can rebound the ball, that's where our break starts, that's where our offense starts, and we're going to continue to get better at that and hopefully clean up some of the rebounding so we don't get into that deficit right away.
And 2 top 15 wins in games that you didn't play your best. How much confidence does that give your team moving forward?
A ton of confidence. You come off of playing 2 of the top 4 teams, and we felt really good about our North Polk game. We competed in stretches, and then disappointed with how the Norwalk game went. But for our girls to battle back, a 2.5-hour bus trip, beat number 13, 1 day of practice, play number, I think, 10 in today's rankings, it says a lot about them, and we continue to get a lot better. There's a lot of growth to still be made, and we're going to continue to make that, and it's a lot of players in new roles. And fortunately, this was game number 6 for us and number 3 for Carlisle. So I think that could be a difference in the game as well, just with some of the experience and able to make some of those adjustments.
What's coming up for the Dutch?
So Saturday, another game. Get one quick practice, and then Saturday, and then another tough one on Tuesday against Gilbert. I think they're ranked number 6 now in the new ranking. So great opportunity, great measuring stick. That's why we schedule those types of games, and then finish out with a much better Newton team to end break, and then clean some things up and get ready for the new year.
All right, keep it rolling. Good to catch up with you, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Trevor.
That's Blaine Forsyth, head coach of the Pella High girls basketball team. Final score on Thursday night, Pella 43, Carlisle 35. That'll put a wrap on our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show here on 92.1 KRLS. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. The Pella High boys have a 33-18 lead over Grandview Christian as we get ready to start the second half. Live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Trevor Castle alongside Phil Hemming, and I'll welcome Phil back in by asking about our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Phil, great first half for Pella, up by 15. Anything you want to see him clean up in the final 16 minutes?
Well, I think just continuing to put pressure on Grandview Christian. I think Jack McGuire did a great job of that, and as well as Braden Trado. I'd like to see Austin Schulte get a little more involved offensively. I know he's coming back from injury, so certainly not 100%, but it's great to see him out there. He gave us a big fourth quarter spark at Keokuk. I think we need to see him get good looks and knock down shots this second half.
And those are our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
All right, back into action. Jack McGuire, a right corner three in front of the Pella bench. He thought it was going down. It was just a whisker too strong and off the rim and out of bounds for Grandview Christian. That might have been one Jack wanted to follow rather than...
Yeah, he did that earlier.
Yep, 7:30 to go, third quarter. Third quarter. Lob inside, nice, and then Barantes with a catch in the layup. They had eyes on an alley-oop dunk, but he got the 2 points anyway. Now Pella with Barnes inside. Kick out to Colin Current. Crossover, left-hand dribble down the left side of the lane. Tough runner with the right hand, won't go, but Barnes is there to snatch the rebound for Pella, and then they lost it with their 5th turnover of the game. Grandview Christian trying to make a surge to start this second half. 3-ball, left wing, no good. Rebound Current for Pella. Dutch, 33, Grandview Christian 20. Pella had 2 double-digit to nothing runs in that first half, building a 15-point lead. Barnes to Current, right corner, shot fake. Drive and kick, Tyson for 3, short no good, follows his own miss, grabs the rebound and wraps it back out to Current, and they'll reset. Top of the key, McGuire. Drive down the left side of the lane, little runner too strong. Barnes tips the rebound out of bounds to the Thunder.
I love how Barnes is being active on the glass. Really following his teammates' shots, going to get every single rebound. Now that time didn't get it, but was involved in the mix. Could have gone either way.
We've got a Midtown Tire and Auto Spot instant radio update. Pella Christian girls 35, Van Meter 21, end of the third quarter. Miss for the Thunder, rebound by Barnes. He's already got 3 in this quarter, and now he'll drive down the right side of the lane, kick it out to Trado, spin move on the right baseline, and Schulte has it on the wing. Left-hand dribble to the free throw line, poked away, but picked back up by Austin, has it poked away by the pesky hands of Schomburg again. Austin will drive, stop, kick to McGuire, 12 to shoot, gives it to Barnes, shovels it back out to Trado, cut off by Schomburg, Barnes for 3, boom! Wow. Tyson Barnes for 3, a terrific kind of disjointed offensive possession that Pella just kept hanging around, and they got an open good look and buried it.
Yeah, and I was going to say that's probably not the shot we want, but he shot it with confidence. His feet were set, buries it.
And now a three-pointer that's no good, and a long rebound out to half court for Barnes. 2-on-1 with McGuire, nice. And he lays it in. Pella stretches its lead to its largest lead of the night, 18-38-20. Grandview Christian Just trying to keep within arm's reach of the Dutch here. 38-20, Pella with the lead. And there's a loose ball, but picked back up by Grandview Christian. And then from his knees, Barnes ruled to have fouled. I believe it was Hoban driving in. We'll check the numbers here. And Colton Hoban's going to the line. Foul called on Tyson. That is his third foul.
Was it? They gave it to Tyson, or did they give it to Kern?
Nope, Barnes. Hoban shooting free throws left to right. Grandview Christian in black and green. Green thunder across the chest. Gray numerals on the front and back. And the black jerseys. Pella with the white jerseys. Green all the way around beyond that. Letters, numerals, trim.
Couple of good uniforms. I know a guy.
You know a guy?
Yeah.
It might have had a hand in that?
Yeah.
Is that Jordan versus Nike? Is that what we're rocking tonight?
Yep, Jordan and Nike.
Free throws are both good. 38-22, Pella with a 16-point lead. 4:53 to go, third quarter. Nice move by Current to blow by his defender. Shot may have been altered around the rim, and then the rebound tipped out of bounds off Pella. I mean, Barantes is an imposing figure inside. Even when you can get dribble penetration, it's very difficult to score.
Yeah, I mean, what is he, 6'7"?
Three-pointer, right corner, no good. Rebounded by Hoekstra for Pella. 38-22 Dutch, 4:36 to go here in the third quarter, and it's spin move by Current, but Tegan Hoekstra's right in his way. Trado will drive. He stops on the elbow, picks up his dribble, shovels it off to Austin Schulte, gets inside, fall away right baseline jumper, no good, and Barantes with his 9th rebound of the game. 8 points and 9 boards for the Grandview big man. Three-pointer left corner is no good. Rebound by Schomburg on his own shot, and he splashes down the putback.
That cuts the lead to 13 here for the Dutch.
38-25 Pella. And in the corner for Colin Current. Now Austin Schulte left baseline, backing his way in. Double team comes over, knocks it out of his hands. Loose on the floor. It's a Pella turnover. They're 6th. And Grandview Christian's got a chance to run, but they don't have numbers. So Schomburg will fire it off. Hoban's three partially blocked off the front of the rim. And then Parantes just stands there and puts it back in. And in one fell swoop, he's got both halves of the double-double. 10 points, 10 boards.
I would guess here, if we don't get a bucket, Coach Schulte's going to call a timeout.
And a loose ball. Oh, and then Schulte, or McGuire rather, I think maybe collided knees with Trado.
I think he got him below the belt there.
All right. I might have thought Coach Schulte would take a timeout here and just kind of settle things down a little bit.
I would guess if they come down and score, we'll see a timeout. But he did go back to what I would call kind of a top 8 rotation. Really, you don't know at this point because we've seen so many combinations here, but at least guys that played a lot last year with the exception of Current.
Here's a 3-ball right corner, no good. Current out last year with the injury. Rebound on the miss by Hoban. Another offensive rebound and a 3 that's no good, and another offensive rebound. And Hoban misses the layup, but Barantes is there to clean up the trash.
Now that's probably going to be something he's going to want to talk in that timeout when he calls it here.
He's letting him go. 9-0 Grandview Christian run, and finally Derek Schulte with the Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Phil, I wanted to highlight something. We'll call it Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness, that I thought was very effective in the first half. Pella has not had a chance or has not executed in the second half, and it's dribble penetration, leading to kind of that suck-in defense, finding your open teammate for easy layups. That's just not been there in the second half.
Well, I think credit Grandview Christian for adjusting at halftime and just saying, guys, you got to keep your man in front of you, and you got to cut off those lanes, right? You got to help early and then recover. And I think they've done a nice job. And I think Pella has become a little bit passive here, shooting off their back foot, a lot of back-to-the-basket moves. Got to get back to what got us that 20-point lead, which was being very, very aggressive defensively, getting easy baskets, and then also just transition. I feel like we've kind of let off the gas a little bit.
Who's Always Open, presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way, Anytime Fitness. By the way, injury report on Nate Warner. You may remember in that playoff game against Bondurant Farrar in football last year, he tore his labrum in his right shoulder. He was nervous he might miss part of this football season, made it back, had an all-state type of year, helped a big part of Pella get into the championship game. He re-injured that same right shoulder. He is not going to return tonight. They'll have to do some tests and see what the future looks like for Nate.
He is on the bench, so that's nice. He can be there to cheer his teammates on.
Here's a drive by Trado, and he'll kick it back out to Michael Manning. Pulls up from 15 feet on the left baseline, no good. Gets his own rebound as it came right back to him. And then Pella lost it inside, and it's collected by Henry Lane for Grandview Christian. 2:38 to go, third quarter. Three-pointer, good. Lane! And it's now a 12-0 Grandview Christian run. It was 38-20, now 38-32. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. And a travel called, and things are starting to unravel a little bit on the Dutch. Colin Kern checks out. It's Manning and Mullins, Trado, McGuire, and Barnes for Pella.
Well, this is where you need those leaders on this team to really step up, get a stop, get a score, get some of this momentum back.
And now a whistle and a foul called on McGuire. Yep, Jack McGuire gets called. Pella led 33-18 at the half, 38-20 a couple of minutes into the half, and that hasn't all evaporated. I guess that's the beauty of building an 18-point lead. You can give up a 12-0 run and still lead by 6, but you hope to be in a little bit more of cruise control at this point of the game. 2:10 remaining, third quarter, 38-32 Pella. And now a drive and a layup around McGuire. Hoban scores, and it's a 14-0 run and just a 4-point Pella lead. Where are they going to get the offense here in this third quarter? Schulte into a double team, up and under to Barnes. Little push shot, no good. Rebound McGuire with 4 Thunder defenders on him, knocking it out of bounds. It stays Pella ball.
Well, I think you asked where it's going to come. I think Jack needs to take over right here, needs to really go up strong.
13 points in the first half, 2 here in the third quarter for McGuire. Midtown Tire and Auto Spa instant radio update. Pella Christian's girls have beaten Van Meter 41-27. We get a missed shot by Mullins on a drive, and now Hoban steps into a 3 that's no good on the other end. That could have cut it to 1. Barnes collects his 8th rebound to go along with 8 points for Pella, and the Dutch will slow it down just a little bit to set up their offense. Schulte on the right wing gets a McGuire screen. Double team on Schulte. Manning out to McGuire. Bobbled it, picks it up, spins his way down the right side of the lane, misses a fall-away shot, and rebounded by Hoban. Up ahead, Barantes underneath the bucket. Barnes trying to defend, but he doesn't have the size. And Barantes with the layup, and it's now a 16-0 run and a Pella Motors timeout by Derek Schulte and the Dutch. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
Hi, this is Mike at Langstrad Auto Body. It's deer season again, and I know from experience that whether you're in your car or in the timber, there's one out there with your name on it. They always say if a deer jumps out in front of you, aim right at it. The good and bad of that is that some of you will be visiting your local meat locker, and the rest will be visiting us at Langstrad Auto Body. Whether it's a deer or some unfortunate accident, you know the Langstrad Auto Body is there for you with a lifetime written warranty and satisfaction 100% guaranteed. Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
As fall season rolls on, have Raceway Tire and Exhaust team you up with a set of Firestone tires. Check out the Firestone Destination line of tires. Whether you drive a truck or SUV, there's a Firestone Destination tire just right for you. And Raceway Tire and Exhaust is your complete auto care center from bumper to bumper. No matter what your vehicle needs, take it to Raceway Tire and Exhaust in Knoxville.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
Let's give you a game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric. Pella 38, Grandview Christian 36. Boys basketball action here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. Possession arrow is with Grandview Christian. No fouls in the third quarter on the Thunder, 2 on the Dutch. And again, 38-36 Pella on a game reset wired by Centerpoint Electric, where they're wired for excellence. Austin Schulte open for 3, that's short, no good, and rebounded by Grandview Christian. Trevor Castle, Phil Hemming live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, where Grandview Christian for 3 and the lead is no good. Rebound battled for and controlled by Hoban. And then up and in, and we are tied at 38. And the shot clock is essentially off, but Manning will fire a 3 that's no good, and Barantes rebounds. Grandview Christian can hold for one final shot and the third quarter lead. That seemed impossible 5 minutes ago, game time.
It did, and credit Grandview Christian for just gutting this out, playing a really, really great third quarter, continuing to battle.
8 seconds to go. Drive by Schomburg. Scoop shot may have been partially blocked by Mullins. Rebounded by Schulte. Simpson, Manning, layup at the buzzer. Good. And Pella fans can take a deep breath as an 18-0 Grandview Christian run is over, and Pella takes a 40-38 lead to the fourth quarter. We'll be back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this.
Get ready to fuel your day with Scooter's Coffee and Pella and their new Iceberry Ignite. This Red Bull infusion packs a punch with vanilla and delicious winterberry flavors. It's perfect on a chilly day because it's the energy boost you need to stay vibrant all day long. Swing by Scooter's Coffee and Pella today and ignite your senses with Iceberry Ignite for a limited time. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing drinks, amazing people, amazingly fast. Pella Corporation is proud to be a part of our communities and supporting the children of their workers. They're honored to be recognized once again as one of America's top workplaces for diversity. At Pella, they value inclusion and community, ensuring a bright future for all. Thank you for making Pella Corporation a trusted name in homes across the country. Because at Pella Corporation, they're building more than just windows and doors.
Welcome back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Pella 40, Grandview Christian 38. One key stat there in that third quarter, Grandview Christian, no turnovers. They had a bunch of rebounds, 14-10, didn't turn the ball over, extra possessions, and they've tied the game. And then Pella scored at the very end of the quarter to take a 40-38 lead, squashing an 18-0 Grandview Christian run. Now a lob inside to Barantes, blocked from behind by Barnes, swatted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Thunder.
It was great position by Barantes, but a nice recovery from Barnes, rejecting it.
10 seconds into the fourth quarter, and what was once an 18-point Pella lead is now 2. We've got a good fourth quarter in store for you. Schomburg, shot fake, electric slide for 3, no good. Hoban the rebound, and then Barnes just rips it out of his hands. So the first Grandview Christian turnover of the second half is a Tyson Barnes steal after an offensive rebound. And Michael Manning will set up the Pella offense, gives it to Austin Schulte. They tried a little screen and roll with McGuire, but Grandview Christian just took that right away, and an easy interception. So now it's back to Grandview Christian, a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. And it's a 3 on the way by Lane. No good, too strong. Loose ball on the floor. Barnes got knocked down by Barantes, and we get a jump ball, and the arrow is with Pella. Well, our offense, and we talked about it, credit Grandview Christian for the adjustments. We have just not executed the adjustment to the adjustment. Barantes and Hoban inside have been a menace against Pella's attacking offense when they try to use dribble penetration.
Yeah, and I think, again, credit to Grandview Christian, but I think we also have given them easy plays. That last one there, we threw a kind of a one-handed loop pass. It wasn't a 100% completion pass. Game's on the line here. Every possession matters. We got to value the ball.
Here's Barnes on the left baseline, and another throwaway for Pella. That was another non-100% complete pass. Hoban drives around McGuire. Foul is called on the floor. Did they get Jack or did they get Griffin on the help?
I think another broken whistle there. Couldn't really hear it.
Jack's third foul. 6:49 to go in the third quarter. Pella 40, Grandview Christian 38. Inbounds pass, Hoban, finger roll layup, good.
Tie game.
He's got a double-double as well, 10 points, 12 boards. He and Emiliano Barantes have combined for 24 points and 24 rebounds for Grandview Christian. And now a whistle and a foul on the Thunder is called on Thomas Childs. That is the first foul on Grandview Christian, Phil, since the first quarter. Inbounds pass to Manning at half court.
They're definitely playing them tight.
Now Schulte has it at the 10-foot volleyball line. Crossover dribble, trying to create some separation. Instead gets it back out to Jack. 6:23 to go in a tie game. 40-40, handoff to McGuire. He'll go one-on-one with Hoban. Spinning his way in, kicking out to Austin.
Good
He's
close
pounded
out.
in the left corner, drives left baseline himself, try to wrap around pass to Barnes, almost stolen away. Tyson comes out with it, and then a reverse layup with his back to the basket to give Pella the lead. And Tyson's closing in on a double-double, 10 points, 8 boards. 42-40 Pella. 5:53 to go in the game. Three-pointer on the way. Grandview Christian, no good. Air ball out of bounds off of Barnes. Well, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, we have had 3 double-digit runs in this game. Pella 15-0 in the first quarter, Pella 13-0 in the second quarter, and Grandview Christian 18-0 in the third quarter. And right now it's 42-40 Dutch with 5:49 to go in the game. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. And now it's 43-42 Grandview Christian as Jamison Schomburg nails a three-pointer, and Grandview Christian has its first lead since 4-3. Drive by McGuire. Great job drawing the defense. That's what I'm talking about, Phil. Drew the defender up, dumped it down to Barnes, who makes the catch, goes up strong, draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Guess we're giving out warnings instead of technicals.
I didn't see. I looked down at the stat sheet. What do we see, Phil?
21 just spiked the ball against. Got a big rise out of the crowd, but the official just warned him. Spiked the ball against the wall.
First free throw by Barnes spins out. No good. And the second free throw is no good as well. So 2 missed free throws from Pella. 5:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Schomburg for 3, no good. Rebounded by Brayton Trado. You understand we're having some technical difficulties here on KRLS. Hopefully we can get it reconnected for you. Jump shot rather from Tyson Barnes is good for 2.
Pella regains the lead, 44-43.
And a wide open shooter in the right corner. No good. Oh, Barantes looked like he was over Barnes' back there. And it's rebounded by Pella and Jack McGuire.
Yeah, I think Tyson just timed that wrong, but Jack in there to clean it up. Pella going to take their time on this possession. They need a good one.
(44-43). Pella leads by 1. And we're going to let you watch. We got some technical difficulties we've got to deal with, and we'll try to sort those out as you watch along on Pella Dutch Live. We'll be right back. We're live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. Apologize, we're fighting through some technical difficulties here for our radio audience. Understand that everything's okay on Pella Dutch Live. Haven't really missed much, Phil. It's still a 1-point game. Pella leads Grandview Christian about the midway point of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's been a dogfight here, just trading defensive stops and hustle plays. It's really going to come down to, I think, who can hit the big shot. You know, can Austin Schulte find his range, knock down a three, or Jack get something at the rim? But Pella needs to find some sort of offensive continuity here as we jump into the last 3:43.
So out of the Pella Motors timeout, this is a perfect opportunity to give you a game reset wired by Center Point Electric. It is Grandview Christian ball with 3:43 to go in the game. Pella 44, Grandview Christian 43. Possession arrow is with the Thunder. 3 fouls on the Thunder, 2 fouls on the Dutch. And now 3 as we get Braden Trado for a foul. And that's a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. All right, Grandview Christian ball after the Trado foul. So each team has 3-1 to give. Nice steal by Colin Kern. Races ahead, partially blocked from behind. Put back Austin Schulte. His first points of the game on a hustle offensive rebound to stretch Pella's lead back to 3, 46-43. And now Hoban has it. Goes left side for Barantes. He'll launch a game-tying 3 that's no good. Rebound tipped, and Schulte grabs the board. Pushes it ahead. Colin Kern. Bounce pass. Barnes at it. Stripped away. Stolen.
Great hustle play by Grandview Christian getting back.
Pella's 11th turnover. That's their 7th of the half, 4th of this fourth quarter. We've only played 5 minutes.
Still a one-possession game here.
And now a chance for a tie. No good. Barantes the rebound. Barnes ends up on the floor again. He thought an offensive push foul, not called on Barantes. Only 5 fouls in the game on Grandview Christian. And to be fair, there's only been 9 on Pella. I mean, so very few fouls in this game.
Yeah, they're letting him play.
46-45. Pella leads by 1. And they have the ball. Schulte's three-pointer is blocked and rebounded by Hoban. Race ahead. Layup good for Schaumburg. And Grandview Christian reclaims the lead, 47-46. Timeout on the floor. Timeout, Derek Schulte, a Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Full timeout. We will keep it here. This gives us a chance to give you a Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Earlier tonight, the Pella High girls with a 43-35 victory over number 10 Carlisle. It was an 89-80 final score, Iowa State over Iowa in the men's game tonight. So the Iowa women win late last night. The Iowa State men win late tonight. Other high school girls basketball scores. Pella Christian beat Van Meter 41-27. And it was Ames beating Indianola 46-38 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. We got a good finish in store here, Phil. Grandview Christian scored 4 in a row. They've got a 47-46 lead, couple of minutes left.
Yeah, it's Pella ball. You know, Coach Schulte's drawn up his favorite play right here. And then it's really going to come down to stops. You know, the shot clock will lead us with at least 4 more possessions. It's going to come down to who can stop. Pella just down 1. If we can get a score here, then a stop, then we're right in this game to win it.
How do we keep Barantes off the offensive glass, Phil? Tyson Barnes is working his tail off, but giving up a lot of size. And I'm not blaming the officials, but not getting a lot of help from the officials either.
Well, I would tell Tyson Barnes to be more physical.
Sure.
Just match it. Match that physicality. If you're getting knocked down, stand up and don't get knocked down again. That's really the only answer. I mean, he's a great player and he's got size, and Tyson's undersized, but you know, Tyson doesn't back down for many people, so now's the time to really challenge his physicality.
2:05 to go in the game. McGuire double teamed inside. He'll dribble it back out to the 10-foot volleyball line. One-on-one spin move with Hoban. Fall away. No good. And Barantes there for his 14th rebound. And Grandview Christian will take some air out of it with 1:45 to go, leading 47-46. Schomburg guarded by Current. Right corner three-pointer. Boom. Nolan Sherwood Garnett, his second three-pointer of the game, and this is Grandview Christian's largest lead of the game at 50-46. McGuire into the lane, triple teamed, tough, spinning, pirouetting layup is good. McGuire had 13 in the first half. That is his second field goal in the second half. And with a Pella Motors timeout by Derek Schulte and the Dutch, they're back within 2 at 50-48.
Probably going to see some pressure here coming out of the timeout.
Timeouts.
One for Pella.
Okay.
I just saw the coaches check there at the scores table.
Each team has 3 fouls, so there's a foul to give on each side. So you can be, a little bit more aggressive defensively if you choose right now, knowing that a foul doesn't give free throws to either team.
Yeah, and I just saw the official signal. 3 timeouts, I believe, for Grandview Christian to Pella's 1. So if this gets into a ticky-tack, few seconds here, few seconds there, Grandview Christian's got the reset 3 times advantage. So Pella having to burn a few of those when they gave up that Grandview Christian run.
We'd like to thank Vanderlinden Services for being tonight's game sponsor on the Pella Dutch Live YouTube channel. That's Vanderlinden Services. Thanks for sponsoring Pella High Athletics here on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. It's Grandview Christian 50, Pella 48.
Pella making it really hard now. Gonna need to get hands off here.
They get it across the timeline, and then it leads to a dunk for Emiliano Barantes. Great defense, but it just broke down at the last moment, and the Thunder get a dunk, and they lead 52-48. 1:03 to go in the game. Trying to set up the offense with Trado. Now Barnes left side to Austin Schulte. Inside to Current, and the bounce pass went off a foot of a Grandview Christian player. But not called, and it's Thunder ball. Pella's 12th turnover of the game, their 8th of the second half. And Michael Manning checks in. You don't need to foul yet if you're Pella, but you need a stop, and then you need a bucket. 52 seconds to go in the game. Pass was tipped and controlled by Grandview Christian. Hoban has it, spins around Trado, and Coach Schulte instructing Braden to give the foul, and he does. That does reset the shot clock, so really kind of forces you to get into the foul game now, Phil.
Yeah, I don't know how that wasn't called.
Lob inside to Barantes for an easy layup. Pella was trying to give the foul, and the officials wouldn't call it, and now Trado gets ridden down by Schomburg. This is setting up to be a very disappointing loss for Pella. What was once a 38-20 lead, Grandview Christian is closed at the moment on a 34-10 run.
Yeah, just could not find our offense in the second half.
Officials trying to sort something out at the scores table.
I think the clock kept running.
Yeah, they need to put a few seconds back on. It's at 40.4. They'll put 2 ticks back on. Pella down by 6. 54-48. Jack McGuire will drive inside.
Way
now
too
he
much
has to
time
give it
here.
back out. Double team is there. Jack gets knocked to the floor, not called. Rebounded by Hoban, and on the other end we have a whistle and a foul on Pella. I mean, this has been an incredibly physical game, and Grandview Christian is the bigger team, and that physicality has absolutely worked in their favor in this second half.
Well, I think Pella can gain from this too, that sometimes you have to match the other team's physicality despite the size.
Hoban misses the first free throw. And the second free throw is good. We'd like to thank Pella Regional Health Center for sponsoring Pella High Athletics. They'll waive that one off on a lane violation. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walk-in clinics in Pella, Knoxville, or Ottumwa. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours and wait times. Pella down by 6, 23 seconds to go. They've got to get something in a hurry. Trado drives, gets it inside to McGuire. Reverse layup won't go, but he draws the foul. With 17 seconds to go, down by 6.
Still a 2-possession game here.
But unfortunately, even if McGuire makes both of these, it will still be a 2-possession game. And he misses the first. Made the second, cuts it to 5. Manning in for McGuire with 17.8 seconds remaining. Grandview Christian 54, Pella 49. Inbounds pass, and Manning immediately fouls Childs.
Well, and let's talk about Grandview Christian. They, won the 1A title last year. Obviously, a team that knows how to win. I know they're a young team this year, but Coach Stubbs and his staff made the adjustments in the second half, and really, I think, just raised their intensity. They realized, I said, if you remember, I said, I wonder how they're going to respond to being punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
And they did. And so credit to them. They made the adjustments, and they were the better second half team, and this will be a learning experience for our team as well tonight.
Second free throw is no good. Rebound by Pella. 12 seconds to go. Inside, and Kirk gets the layup on the feed from Trado, and we get a Pella Motors timeout by Derek Schulte and the Dutch with 9.2 seconds to go. We'll take a timeout. Pella down by 4, live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
This Christmas season, PellaMotors.com is spreading joy with deals that will light up your year. Right now, get $17,000 off a new Dodge Durango, or take home a new Chevy Silverado with $16,000 off. Looking for a GMC? Save $10,000 on a new Sierra. And don't miss $9,000 off a new Ram Bighorn. PellaMotors.com wishes you peace, joy, and incredible savings this Christmas. And drive home with an amazing deal.
Hi, this is Dalton Buck with Hy-Vee. We understand that times are difficult and we want to do our part to help out. That's why we've lowered the prices on thousands of items throughout the store. These are new everyday low prices on thousands of items. And we also still have other ways to save, like our Hy-Vee Perks program and tons of digital coupons online in the Hy-Vee app. It's our mission to make lives easier, healthier, and happier. Stop in today and see our new everyday low prices on thousands of items at Hy-Vee.
Back inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth for the final 9.2 seconds. Pella's boys trail Grandview Christian 55-51. And the inbounds pass to Jamison Schomburg, and he is fouled by Braden Trado of Pella. And that will send Grandview Christian to the line with a 4-point lead. We're entering what would be miracle territory here for Pella. They need more missed free throws out of Grandview Christian, or lane violations or something. And then they need lightning quick buckets on the other end. First free throw, no good. There's the start. My apologies for some misinformation. Grandview Christian, the 2023 1A champs. They did not win it last year.
Okay.
Seems like they win it every year is why we're probably keep saying that. Trado for 3 from the top of the key. Won't get the bounce. Offensive rebound, Current. He'll put it back up and in, but as he does, the final buzzer sounds, and Grandview Christian rallies from an 18-point second half deficit, and they knock off the Dutch. Final score, Grandview Christian 56, Pella 53. We'll be back with post-game coverage from Pella High School right after this on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking.
And you're part of our story. It's about your family, memories, and shared dreams. Do you remember when you took the leap and bought your first home?
Or when you followed your passion and started your business?
That's right. We shared in those moments, those pages in your story.
Continue your story with us today. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at MarionCountyBank.com.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community, Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The plugs in the car go spark, 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 spark. The plugs in the car go spark, spark, spark at Central Tire and Auto.
If the plugs don't spark, the car won't start. For tires and brakes, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the little things like new spark plugs. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Sing along.
At Central Tire and Auto.
2024 is coming to a close, but you don't have to wait until 2025 to start looking for your next home. Hi, I'm Brennan Foudy with Pella Real Estate Services, and the inventory and options for homes and acreages on the local market are growing. I'd love to visit with you about exactly what you're looking for and start the process of finding the perfect place for you. We're all in the holiday mindset, but if you're in the new home mindset, we're here to help. Call me or any member of our team at 628-1BUY for Pella Real Estate Services. Happy holidays.
This holiday season, make your celebrations unforgettable with Thistle's Flower Market. From stunning holiday centerpieces that light up your table to unique gifts for everyone on your list, Thistle's has it all. Explore our carefully curated flowers, thoughtful gift collections, and customizable floral arrangements, all available to order online for your convenience. Whether you're hosting, gifting, or just spreading holiday cheer, Thistle's is your one-stop shop for all things festal. Shop now at thistlesflowermarket.com or visit us in downtown Pella. Let us help you wrap your holidays in beauty and bloom. Thistle's Flower Market, where the season blooms brighter.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Hi, this is Levi Spain with Spain Painting in Pella. I've spent the last 5 years painting the exterior of homes and businesses around town, and I get asked all the time if I can paint the inside too. As we've grown our team and built our capacity, the answer is now yes. We now offer interior and exterior painting as well as garage epoxy floors. Winter is the perfect time for those indoor projects, and our schedule is filling up. So if you'd like us to paint the interior of your home or apply an epoxy floor, get a hold of us today by visiting spain-painting.com.
If you're looking for top-notch plumbing and HVAC services from a family-based business that treats you like one of their own, call me, Austin with Vanderlinden Services. With years of expertise and a commitment to customer satisfaction, our friendly experts are ready to serve you. Plus, we're proud to offer the top-of-the-line York residential and commercial HVAC systems. For all your home comfort needs, call me and experience why Vanderlinden Services is best for your job.
Welcome into post-game coverage of Pella High boys basketball here on 92.1 KRLS. Grandview Christian 56, Pella 53. And, luckily there's only a day to wipe the taste out of their mouth before back in action on Saturday. But this is one that's going to have Derek Schulte tossing and turning tonight. An 18-point third-quarter lead goes by the wayside quickly. An 18-0 Grandview Christian run to pull even at 38. Pella did have the lead at the end of the third quarter and very early in the fourth quarter, but Grandview Christian kept the Dutch at arm's length the rest of the way. They win at 56-53. The big men for Grandview Christian make the difference, Phil. That was a disappointing finish to what looked like a tremendous ball game for Pella. I mean, they played a great 2.5 quarters, and then poof, it disappeared into thin air.
Well, good teams and good coaches know how to make adjustments and respond, and so credit Grandview Christian. Certainly, again, Pella, it's tough to really, like you said, get your first taste of action against Norwalk, right? Like a conference foe, and they'll learn from this. I mean, I think all in all, when it's said and done, winning this game might not have taught us as much as losing it tonight. And again, we want to play our best basketball in March. So certainly disappointed. Certainly, some things could have gone better. But I think they'll get this film and they'll watch it and they'll know that they should have won this game. This is one they let slip away. And hopefully they'll, we had Coach Schulte played 10 guys, and a lot of those guys had never played. Other than this season, the first few games, right? Yep. And so, credit Grandview Christian, and for us, just need to take our lumps and go home and make adjustments.
Let's take a look at our final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. And we'll start with Pella. 18 points from Jack McGuire, 12 from Tyson Barnes, 5 points from Michael Manning. I skipped Braden Trado at 8, 4 for Colin Current, 4 for Tegan Hoekstra, 2 for Austin Schulte. Dutch held in there on the rebounding edge. It was 39-35 in favor of Grandview Christian. Tyson Barnes worked his tail off. He led Pella with 8 rebounds. Current had 6 and Schulte had 5. Grandview Christian, they had 3 in double figures. Emiliano Barantes, 20 points, 14 boards. Braden Hoban, 10 points, 14 boards. And then Jamison Schomburg scored 11 points. And those are your final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad Lance or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you at the Verduff Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. Let's roll that into our McCall Monument monumental play and player of the game. It was the big guys. It was the inside presence, clearing the glass, getting put back baskets, getting easy baskets that allowed Grandview Christian to come back in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Their bigs dominated that second half, made it really difficult on us. And then I also think their defensive presence, Jack Tyson really struggled to score. Even Austin, when he had some opportunities with his back to the basket, they just kept it clean there.
Well, they took away our dribble penetration in the second half, point blank.
They did, but they really challenged our shots. And like I think you said, late in the fourth quarter, start of the fourth, they hadn't fouled yet. So they played that kind of defense without fouling, which is so critical in high school basketball to keep your studs on the floor, and they were able to do that. Now, I'll say this too. You had asked, or you had said you talked to Coach Schulte, and one of the things he was really focused on this year was quality shots.
Right.
And I didn't get a chance to, talk about my post-game thoughts on that, but I got to thinking, I think that's another thing they're going to watch back tonight. I'm not sure back foot fadeaways, or even Tyson Barnes 2 or 3 times taken an 18-footer, right?
Yeah.
Like Justin either shoot the three.
Well, and let's just be clear, that's the worst shot in basketball, right?
Yeah,
It's the longest non-3-point shot. Efficiency-wise and expected points, it's just the worst shot in the game. So you've got to make sure that you're, as you said, take a step back and shoot a 3 or attack.
Yeah. And so I think that's another thing we'll have to really evaluate tonight is what kind of shots does this team want? And I'm guessing it's not back foot fadeaways in the paint, and I doubt it's long twos, knowing Derek over the last 7-8 years.
It's not those.
It's not those. So I'm guessing he's gonna evaluate that.
That 18-0 run from Grandview Christian, clearly our McCall monumental plays of the game. And if it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own memorial, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer at McCall Monument on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Phil, I'll let you get out of here, but not before I get your final thoughts. Why don't you go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank.
Well, let me get this clear. This is going to be a very, very good Pella Dutch team.
Right.
So if you've tuned in for 2 games and you're like, man, we lost those 2 games, they're just finding their way. And I look for this to be a state caliber team. They have the talent, they have the pieces. Remember, they're 2 weeks behind every other school, right? And so they just gotta find their way, find their identity. Guys need to not fade away, right? Like we've had a couple, what I would call leaders of this team kind of fade away a little bit. And once they do that, I think this team's going to be deadly because they have the weapons to make a deep run. So stay tuned, stay listening, stay watching on YouTube Live or listening to the radio station because this is going to be a really, really fun season.
In closing, from Phil Hemming, presented by Light and State Bank, grow strong with us. Hey, real quick, Phil, you and I won't see each other before the holidays. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and the whole Hemming clan.
Usually we do the birthday game in Newton. You're not on that?
Not this year,
no. This year, okay.
No, I've got some vacation next week, and then we're going to enjoy the holidays, and we'll be back at it in the new year.
All right, well, I look forward to seeing you in the new year, and happy holidays to you and your family as well.
All right, thanks to Phil Hemming for hanging with us here on a Thursday night in the Tulip City. Earlier tonight, the Pella High girls beat Carlisle 43-35, and in the nightcap, it's Grandview Christian over the Pella High boys 56-53. Derek Schulte will join us here in just a little bit as post-game coverage rolls on.
Are you a saver or a spender? Either way, we have you covered at Community First Credit Union with 2 great reward checking options. Our checking accounts are about money in your pocket, not points you'll never use. Simply meet monthly qualifications to get your rewards and unlimited nationwide ATM fee refunds. And no matter what happens, there are no monthly fees or minimum balance requirements. Switch to See First today and let us reward you, because at See First, together is better. Rules and qualifications apply. See First is federally insured by the NCUA.
Central Iowa Roofing is among the industry leaders in all shingle applications, steel panel roofing, and have experience in many kinds of flat roofs. Have a leak? Let them help you track it down. They employ some of the best roofers in Central Iowa and will make sure your job is done right. They also specialize in storm damage, including dealing with those pesky insurance companies. Let them help navigate the repair process of your roof damage. They serve all of Central Iowa, including you. For more information, visit them on centraliowaroofinginc.com.
It's Alyssa from American Home Finding Association. Are you pregnant, recently had a baby, or have a child under 5? American Home Finding Association's maternal, child, adolescent health and WIC programs are here for you. With locations in Pella, Albia, Bloomfield, Centerville, Fairfield, Keosauqua, Knoxville, Oskaloosa, Ottumwa, and Sigourney, American Home Finding Association provides a convenient one-stop shop for all your maternal, child, adolescent health and WIC needs. Call us today at 641-682-8784. We look forward to serving you. That's 641-682-8784.
McCall Monument is the most trusted monument company in Iowa. This is Reed. We have been here helping families get their perfect memorial for over 150 years.
This is Wyatt. We are the monument experts. We don't plan funerals and we don't sell caskets. We are craftsmen with a full-service shop and artists on staff.
I'm Lee. We have a standard here at McCall Monument. In all our years in business, we have never called on a grieving family, and we never will. In your family's time of need, our family is here for you.
Memories become treasures. McCall Monument.
Are you considering window replacement or a remodeling project? Would you like the opportunity to work with a Pella Windows certified local contractor on your home remodeling projects? DeHuysen Carpentry is a Pella certified contractor handpicked for their expertise with window and door installation or replacement, as well as remodeling and home renovation capabilities. For your next project, call DeHuysen Carpentry at 780-1858. DeHuysen Carpentry, masters of consistency and quality. If you're tired of eating at the same places, discover Elmhurst Grill, Oskaloosa's exclusive dining destination. The culinary design menu offers a feast for every palate, from crisp fresh salads and mouth-watering burgers to savory pastas and perfectly grilled steaks. Plus, enjoy chef-crafted specials and seasonal favorites that keep every visit exciting. Overlooking the Oskaloosa Public Golf Course, serene trees, and a picturesque pond. Elmhurst Grill, where flavor meets ambiance.
Welcome back to post-game coverage of Pella High basketball here on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live. Real quick before we welcome in Dutch head coach Derek Schulte, a check of our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. All the other scores tonight were girls basketball scores. Pella beat Carlisle 43-35. It was Pella Christian over Van Meter 41-27, and Indianola fell to Ames 46-38. It's our continuing coverage of Pella High boys basketball. Our interview powered by Hy-Vee with Dutch head coach Derek Schulte. Grandview Christian beats Pella 56-53 here on Thursday night. And, you know, losing to a perennial state title contender and state power is not disappointing, but blowing an 18-point lead must be, Coach. I guess I'll just throw it to you for some opening thoughts on this ball game.
Yeah, that one hurts, but give Grandview Christian credit. They responded in the second half. I thought our first half was terrific. Our guys did exactly what we were aiming to do. We were very active defensively. We knew we had to provide some extra help inside and just make things tough and make certain guys beat us. And I thought that activeness on the defensive end led to our offensive run there in that first half, where we had better ball movement, better cutting. And I just thought their physicalness in the second half was the difference in the game. We had that in the first half. They brought it in the second half, and we just didn't respond as well as we need to. Made some tough decisions, settled for some tougher shots, and when they got momentum offensively, you saw the version that Grandview Christian is, right? And they're a dangerous team with their inside-out opportunities. With that being said, hey, our guys left it on the floor. We just didn't execute well enough in this one. And so what we talked about, don't waste the failure, right? There's a lot of learning that can come with this, and that's our takeaway from tonight.
Yeah, and Phil mentioned here in postgame, and I don't know if you'd agree with this or not, his comment was maybe they learned more in a loss than they would have in a win. Do you buy into that at all?
Well, one of the things it reminded me of is back in our championship season on our home floor, we blew a 17-point lead in the second half to Des Moines Christian. And that team might have been one of the best things that happened to that group. Now, that was later in the season. That was in January. But why is because you can take a lot of learning away from that, and how can we apply it, and what are the things we need to do better next time, playing with that lead, and then execution down the stretch. And this season's young. We're still putting pieces together with it, and so I'm confident of how this group will respond, but it doesn't change how it stings. And so to answer your question, did we want to lose? No, we didn't want to lose, but now that we did, let's learn from it and try to figure it out.
I have the privilege, I guess, of being included in the parent emails. I know what you focused on this week in your communication was shot selection and offensive efficiency. Obviously, you haven't dove into the film yet, but just the eyeball test, I'm not sure that's really where we wanted it tonight, is it, Coach?
It's not. And like I said, is to nobody's fault of, hey, they weren't hunting their own as much as I think that physicalness and aggressiveness sped us up in the second half. And that's been a common theme here early as we're sort of finding our way is how can we slow down and make sure that we hunt the shots we want and not let the defense dictate that piece. And we just struggled to get easy paint touches, easy shots around the rim, and then we shot some quick threes. But like I said, it wasn't due to an effort piece. It wasn't due to a selfishness piece. It was just us learning how to handle that.
We're visiting with Derek Schulte of the Pella High boys basketball team. Grandview Christian beats the Dutch 56-53 here on Thursday night. I'm sure you don't and won't make any kind of excuses, but I think the football piece has to be part of what's still going on here a little bit. You're 2 weeks behind a lot of teams. Most of your guys, take Jack and Braden out of your rotation. Everybody else is still playing football a couple of weeks ago. How much longer do you expect before you kind of are really in the real rhythm that you want to be in basketball-wise?
We hope soon, but we're not there yet. And I don't know exactly when that's going to be. We're in a weird stretch here where we're a little over a week away from break. And so, we sort of thought, hey, we'll probably be hitting a little bit of a stride right before break where you start to see some improvement. And we have seen that. Our turnovers have cut down and some of those things. You can just see the flow isn't quite there. But tonight we took a step forward defensively in that first half. And so there has been steps forward. But then you have that break, and then you sort of reset into January. And so, if I'm being honest, it might be mid-January before we hit full stride. But I do think this is what we want to see is growth from game to game, or at least week to week with it. And we have done that. It just stinks to see growth but still lose to a good team. And that's a great team. That's a team that's going to compete for a state championship at that 2A level. We just had a lot of good opportunities tonight to win this one.
Yeah, and we're 3 games into 21, hopefully 27, right? So this is a very, very small slice of the overall pie. You're going 10 deep in your rotation early on this season. You traditionally have gone 8, maybe 9 at times. Do you see that being a long-term thing, or are you just giving some guys at the back of the rotation a chance to show they belong?
I think it's a combination of both. We have a lot of different guys that bring different strengths to the table, and so we're trying to take advantage of those, and some of them might be a little bit of shared roles of different production from the guard spot or the forward spot, but we just like what that brings. What we haven't been able to take advantage of is we'd really like to play at a faster pace to use our depth to our advantage, and just the reality is I think that's been probably one of the biggest challenges early in the season as we've come in late is we haven't been able to establish that pace for 4 quarters. You saw some early pace here. That second half grinded out a lot, and so for us to truly take advantage of that, we need to turn that up for 4 quarters, and we'll eventually get there. To answer your question, I'm not sure if it stays at 10, but we do like the production that different guys are bringing to the table.
You alluded to the fact that break is right around the corner, but still some action to go. Talk about this weekend and then what's coming up.
Yeah, we got 3 big games, right? Continue to take a step forward for Madison on Saturday, a team that knocked us off down at their place last year. Good opportunity to get a 3A non-conference road win. Gilbert coming here, we know from football what they bring to the table. That running back does play basketball as well, but they've got other good players. That's a talented Raccoon River team. We know our non-conference schedule is probably one of the best in 3A, and that's on purpose. It's going to challenge us, but that's a good thing. And then Friday back into conference play at Newton, who was undefeated last time I checked. And so, nothing's going to come easier here, but great opportunities for us as we move forward.
Well, at least you don't have to figure out how to tackle Will Hawthorne, Coach.
You're right about that.
Hey, good luck down the road. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. That's Derek Schulte, head coach of the Pella High boys basketball team. Our interview powered by Hy-Vee. Final score on Thursday night, Grandview Christian 56 and Pella 53. That'll wrap up our coverage from Pella Community High School. Thanks for listening to Pella High Basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage and the home of the Dutch, 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live.